I'm the DM of Starwood, and I'm about to take some adventures through Tynac Kingdom. Joining us are Gideon Metalake,
Hello.
Gail Sergio,
Hey guys.
Ryder.
Hello.
Bar is running a little bit behind. He'll be joining us here in a few minutes, but he should be able to get in right before we get started. We have 3 people who have kind of bowed out, and that is Fargrim, Virtue, and Basilius, but they are still part of the story, so we're going to pick up last we left our group. They were on an exercise to bond and get a grasp of the other recruits. Dolgar had been seen around the cave opening that leads down into the darkness below to a structure the party previously cleared. Seems now there's plenty of Dolgar patrolling below and above. They clear the top level, make their way down for an hour it takes to get to this clearing, this opening into this structure that they're going towards. In Draconic, Bar calls out to Visser, who just happened to catch it. Joining the group, Visser assists the party in eliminating patrols down below, shortly encrusting the kobold in a group effect that could have snared him as well. He seems to snap for a moment and turns towards the druid who cast it. In a dark blur, he appears behind Ryder in a lost rage and slices her down. After Ryder hits the ground, he seems to snap out of it and looks down, wondering, why did they fall down? Gale, aka Storm, reaches down and heals Ryder, helping them up. Fighting continues, and the first patrol is cleared, as Gideon chases after one going up the hallway, noticing a second wave patrol that's right there waiting for him as we left off. So, as you can tell, we have the fight music still roaring. We are at the top of the initiative order with Bar. Are you with us now? I see him logged in the Roll20, but he's not here yet. Alright, so before we get... You guys are free to jump in here, or can you hear me? Everybody here?
I'm here.
Alright.
Yep.
Lee Bar just got in.
Alright, yeah, because, Discord's been a little shifty today. Bar, at the top of the round, you saw Gideon race up there. I don't remember who killed him. I guess Gideon did? Were you the one that got the last swing on that one?
I believe so.
Well, either way, what would you like to do, Bar, since we're now back at the top of the initiative?
I cannot see anything so just don't see this.
Well, you're down here. Like, go towards the bottom, midsection of the screen.
Yeah, it's
Are you logged in, right, or what's going on? We're going off on a bad tangent. Can everybody else see the room?
I do.
I can see it.
Because I can move everybody out and move everybody back in. And Bar, it is your turn. I need you to do something.
more action.
Very well. Ryder. You see
Well,
this? Yeah, this here is all loose dirt, which makes it rough terrain. And you saw,
so that means,
you saw Gideon and them run up this way.
Gosh, that rough terrain is... Can't wait till I don't have to worry about that. I'll run the 15 feet that I can with the rough terrain
Alright.
to try to get as close to be able to assist Gideon. And can I see these 2 Draugr up ahead?
Do you see them currently on the map?
Yeah, well, yeah, and just,
Well,
I don't know.
let's see here. What's the range you got on your... How far away are they? It's what we need to find out. Hold on one second. Close this down. Get back to the snap tool here. Let's see where you at. Yeah, it's about 60 feet
60
away.
feet away.
So, yeah, you could see them.
Alright. I'll take a shot at this one with my short bow.
You do that. I need to roll
don't
initiative
think
for
it's
somebody else.
disadvantage. Nope, it's not a disadvantage, but that's a 15.
So these guys got. Alright. Alright, so what are you casting? Or are you just shooting?
Shooting a short bow. Yeah.
Alright, so.
Oh, my bow can't really go far enough.
With 15, you will miss as it flies over his shoulder, and he just kind of looks off to the side, feeling the breeze go past his hair. Anything else for your turn?
No. I feel useless.
And he'll just be able to get up there after he kind of shuffles through this dirt. He just kind of stomps his scythe down into the ground, just kind of looks about, and just snarls. But Gideon.
Rolled around here real quick.
I'm going to try to resort this real quick here, but it's Gideon's turn. Let me get that.
Oh, this is gonna be
Yeah.
a great spot to be.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah. Well, they've kind of taken notice since an arrow came through the room. But you close in, you just rush in there.
Oh dear.
Pencilfoot.
Alright, what do you want to do? You going to take attack swings on that one?
What kind of a barbarian would I be if I didn't?
I know I'm asking the obvious question. Show us what you're doing. Make your attack.
I was not only enlarged. Was I also blessed, or was it just the enlarged?
I think it was just the enlarge.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I knew there was a die I had to add on to something. It's just the damage rolls, not the hit rolls.
Yeah.
That'll make life a little easier, since, you know, we've all slept since last time. Get these attack.
That'll hit. That'll miss. So you come down once, square this thing off. Go ahead and roll damage on that one hit. For 16,
And then-
a D4, I believe.
Oh, you're gonna... Goes.
Alright, another extra
Awesome
piece of
damage.
damage. Yeah, so you come down on top of this dwarf who is now, you're just a little bit taller than he is, and slam! First one hits, and then you raise that pickaxe up again and come down again, but he kind of ducks out of the way, holding his left arm as he's got this gash bleeding out, and he's just trying to cover his wound. Anything else for your turn?
No.
For story purposes, we're going to hold on Fargrim's turn. Moving to Gale.
Alright, I'll move up here. And then I'll cast Shatter. Rate. At this point.
Alright, post the card, please. So I can see what kind of angles and stuff it needs. DC checks, all that good stuff. Alright, Shatter. Each creature in a 10-foot radius of where you ping again. Alright. 5, 10, so pretty much that Displacer Beast and 2 Dogar on the right. Alright, what's the save?
Constitution.
And what's your DC?
$16.
The Displacer Beast will fail. Go ahead and put that off to the side. And then... one fails, one succeeds. Go ahead, roll damage. You got damage for me?
13 damage, half on a save.
Alright. So, and they get moved, what, 10 feet if I'm correct?
I don't believe they get moved.
Oh, wait.
No, that
Oh,
shatter, not thunderclap,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alright, so that's minus 13 minus 13 and minus 7 on this. Alright. Basilius and Fergie will be holding due to story. Dolgar. Closing in on the barbarian here. We'll go ahead and get a couple attacks out for you. So they're normal size and they're trying to hit this giant halfling now. 15 misses and a 6 misses, I'm sure, right?
That is correct.
It's a damn shame. Let's see.
Maybe for them.
Yeah, probably. Alright, so let me take a look here. Definitely can make that. You can make that. Yeah, you can make. Alright, so those three are going to converge on Storm.
I'm gonna need an actual path on that one.
Which one?
GZV. That one there. If he enters and leaves, I do get my opportunity.
So he would have went through that square. So yeah, go for it. So you
Can't
whip-
soften him up.
Yeah, so he's already kind of softened from that shatter, but yeah, that's why they're all converging on him right now. So 3 attacks on Storm. Seven, 12, and a 13. I take it all those will probably miss, or just...
That's a miss.
Well, you got lucky as these 3 kind of surround you. Bar. Oh wait, you know what? There's a couple of things I didn't do. These guys didn't get on the initiative. And now they are. But Bar, you're still first, so go ahead.
I'm going to rush down the way.
Alright, difficult terrain around Bar Room. So double movement to get through those squares. Is that as far as you can get? Use your action and dash,
think
or
so.
bonus action. You can use your bonus action to dash forward.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, just reminding you. You might not want to be there.
going to shoot at the ones to the right of Gil.
Alright. Alright, go ahead and roll the damage. Sneak attack.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to do help to Ryder.
Oh. Thank you.
Alright, before Ryder goes, it will be the Displacer Beast, and I'll reorganize that initiative roll here in a minute. I guess that would work. They're going to come down there and give you a couple kisses there. So, 2 tail whips from the tentacles rip out towards Gideon from 1. 18 hit.
Nope.
Damn, he misses. 2 more from the other. How about a 23?
That one will make contact.
Yeah, the others are too low though. So that'll be 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage. 9 bludgeoning, 3 piercing. 6 if you're raging there.
Yes.
Alright, so these 2 giant cats come down with their tentacle tails They just start ripping and roaring as they're trying to hiss and growl at Gideon, and then only one makes contact, but just doesn't seem to phase Gideon. Ryder, on your turn, I want you to make a perception check.
Okay. Perception. There you go. That's an
Yeah.
11.
You don't see it.
Oh,
Suddenly,
what the?
there's a couple of giant, strange creatures that just kind of flap down from above, and then there's two giant, loud, like rock formations that are fixing to break off. I need Bar, Ryder, Basilius, Vargrim, and Virtue to make dexterity saving throws to avoid contact. Bar, you managed to dodge out of the way. Ryder, you're in trouble.
Jesus Christ.
That's not my fault.
Wait, doesn't Ryder have the help?
You do. You
what
can
is-
roll. You can roll with advantage. So roll again.
Not to mention Halfling, so Halfling gets to reroll the 1.
Is it a 1?
Well, there's reroll the one.
There's 2,
Oh.
and then go ahead and take your advantage since I'm being
Oh,
so generous.
God.
There you go. You and
Stacking them dice rolls.
What are their rolls?
and with
Those rolls
that,
are horrible.
Oh,
you basically hear a loud as two giant stalactites fall from the ceiling from these creatures dislodging from where they were perched, and they start piercing into the ground. Then all of a sudden you feel a as the ground itself seems to be shaking loose and coming even more loose than dirt as parts of the floor starts to fade, and there's a big black hole where part of the floor is, and then it just starts to crumble. I need you now to make a new dexterity check or acrobatics to get away from the opening of the earth.
Me? Or
Bar, Ryder, Basilius, Vargrim, and Virtue. You know what? I like Virtue. I'll actually roll him.
why are my rolls just so bad at? Why?
We'll find out here in a second. So I'm going to roll acrobatics for Virtue. Due to the other players no longer being with us, unfortunately, they can't make their check, so they're going to fail automatically. But Virtue, I like you. You managed to jump backwards. Basilius falls forward, and then Bar, I want you to move 2 squares north. As you're physically moving out of the way of this obstruction. Ryder, where were you?
Right. Um, right here. Can't you see
Alright.
my?
Yeah, I
token?
see it now. I'm just trying to go through the narrative here. So the earth right around Vargrim Basilius opens up, and they start plunging down into darkness. You can hear them scream out, "Ah!" And it just goes down, and then these beasts start floating down into the hole. Not even paying mind to you guys, but you need to make me a strength check to see if you can catch the cliff before you fall in. Athletics.
Athletics. Okay. Hey, that actually gives me. There you go.
Alright, it's technically your turn, but you're slipping. You're starting to fall. What do you want to do?
How big's the hole?
You're right there, like, you're already in it, and you try to grab onto the ledge, but you couldn't hold your grip. So if there's some kind of spell, some kind of ability you could do to save yourself, or call for help, or anything of that nature, I mean, this is the moment where you're going to have to do it.
Could I use the spell Plant Growth to catch myself? I'll
Display
put
the
up
card.
this card.
This might be a good idea. Because, what level is this spell?
It's Transmutation 3. Level 3.
Okay, there's 2 possible uses, granting either immediate or long term. Okay, let's see. If you cast a spell using an action, choose a point. A normal plant in a 100-foot radius centered on that point, cut thick and overgrown. Creature moving through that area spends 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves. So basically you build difficult terrain. However, I could kind of see you doing this. What I will allow you to do, if you use this spell, you'll be able to do another athletics check, and I'll give you advantage as you try to grab onto the plant growth as you burst it out on this turn.
Alright. So what'd you say, acrobatics again?
Nope, athletics, because this is strength.
Oh yeah,
You
athletics.
gotta catch your weight and pull yourself up.
Why does this game want me to die?
I hope you have a new character concept.
Yeah. Oh boy, hold on. Just kinda
My other
something.
thought was to use, conjure animals and plug the hole under me, but
I
Well,
don't think you
I
can
don't
plug
know
the
if that
hole.
makes sense.
no, this hole is
I
just like
know.
it's a cave-in now. It's basically corrupting from that point, which is going to present another problem for those on the other side of this hole now. Like where Bargrim's outline is now technically a hole. Bard,
We can't see that.
yeah, you two up there don't see shit, but you do.
We
Well,
heard the rumbling of shit.
Yeah, that was way too loud. Even a
Wait.
perception of 1 would be piss party.
Can I
You have
can I retcon kind of something?
Depends. What are you trying to do?
Instead of using plant growth, I could use thorn. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
okay.
you should have said Thorn Whip to begin with. Unfortunately, you
No,
said
okay.
Blank
No,
Road.
it's okay.
And we've already been
It's
through this
okay.
scenario. So yeah, the cloakers are going down below.
So I'm
Okay,
going
so
down too, I'm guessing.
I got what?
Everyone that's falling, I'm going to use a reaction.
What's that?
And I'm going to use Featherfall on everyone that's falling.
You can't.
I can use a reaction.
No,
on up to 5
you already
people.
used up your reaction. And Featherfall for the bow does not work on that. The bow's Featherfall is for the user only. And you already used your reaction to help, recall?
No, that was a bonus.
Is it a bonus? Okay.
Yeah, it's a bonus action for him to help.
Alright, so, but yeah, the reaction for Featherfall. But, okay, so let me ask you this. Are you actually casting the spell, or are you using the bow?
I am not a spellcaster, so I have to use it.
Yeah, the bow's description is for user only. I mean, it allows you to cast Featherfall on yourself so that you can get down safely. So that's not the same thing as the actual spell.
Okay.
Let's see. As you're falling, Rider, you see 2 big masses, and the hole is just going deeper and deeper down. You can hear Basilius and you can hear Fargrim falling even further down below you as their cries come up, but they're still falling. But you do see these 2 giant black masses that are just kind of floating down. Is there anything else you want to try before I move on?
I don't know if there's anything I can try at this point. Wait. You wouldn't let me cast another 3rd level spell, would
No.
you?
You
I'm
have a
guessing
you
no.
have a
Okay.
bonus action, and you have these 2 masses that are near you. So if you can do something with a bonus action, or if there's some kind of attempt you want to do while you're falling, like maybe grab onto something.
Yeah, I was
I mean,
gonna.
But you
Could I
can't-
try? Am I close enough to try to grab onto one of them, the floating things?
make an athletics check to see if you can catch yourself on one.
Athletics, not an advantage.
No, it's just straight athletics, and this will be your last attempt.
My last.
No good.
Eh.
Fortunately, they kind of move. You reached for one, and you thought it was a physical form, but as soon as you reached for it, it wasn't there. It was actually one of its cloaker illusions as you find yourself plummeting even further down.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm done. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, Ryder. Hope you find your dad.
Yeah, so I'm looking through Fizzer's stuff because, you know, he didn't want you to fall down here, but I don't think he can do anything to help you at this point.
Pretty sure the falling is due to the earth and whatever the hell it was.
It was a combination. That kind of loosened the ground, and then the stalactites that fell down from the cloakers dislodging from the top of the ceiling. Well, I mean, Visser will kind of go towards the hole and be like, "Eh, oh no, your friend, he fell down. Like, this time he's going way down. All your friends are going down. What do we do?" And he's just going to hold action in case something threatening comes. And about this time, let's do a round of perception. Even Ryder can make
From
a perception.
everybody?
Yep, everybody. And I guess I need to... Oops. Okay, where did I put his character sheet again? I need to put that off to the side. Alright. Make it for Visser as well. But, pop him out. It's not too bad. Okay. Bar, this entire structure is starting to cave in on itself. You see the walls cracking next to you. You hear trembling and another force that's fixing. It's like there's a secondary force coming from the bottom, but it's not where this hole is, but like maybe further north, or you know, further up in this cavern. You feel like another trembling force that's coming up, but you get the sense that this structure is starting to cave in on itself. With that, Gideon, there's a new rumble. Everybody heard it, and the guys that are next to you, even the displacer beasts, they're kind of bouncing around, trying to dodge rubble that's starting to come from the ceiling. And the Dolgar kind of look up, but then they look at you and they're trying to debate: do we keep fighting this little midget or do we run because this is like it's coming down? So there's like a hesitant moment where everybody's just kind of having a standoff and then just kind of gauging what everybody's going to do here at this moment. What would you like to do?
I've been here before, but I do not believe where we are connects to the entry area, as it were.
Yes, you are correct. The only way back to the way you came is over that pit that just
The
got
massive pit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think even a dashing jump would work, and that's assuming they don't try to trip me.
Well, you gotta pick a direction to go, right? Or you can stand your ground. Unless somebody says otherwise. I mean, there's only one person who knows that this building is collapsing fully.
Look, you said we all heard the thing all going to shit, right?
Well, you see falling rock coming up from the top, so I guess mentally you would have the idea that, okay, this is not looking good, but maybe it's just, you know, something happened. You don't know exactly how severe it is yet.
Can we get a drawing on that hole real quick, just for...
Right where the circle is already, that aura is going to be the hole.
We
What
don't
circle?
see
You
that.
don't see
There
it?
is no circles for us.
Oh, okay, well then, I don't know why, I was showing on my end. Let me see what I can do here.
Since all the characters are hidden from each other, all the auras around the characters are only seen by the character owner and the dungeon master.
No, don't worry, I'll probably see what is it, shift? No, that's not shift. Alright. Here, we'll be fair. That's about it. And then I'll just get rid of that so it's not bothering me. Alright, that blue circle, you see that though, right?
Yes, it's a circle.
Alright, there you go. That's your that's your indication of where the pit is. And these two are floating down, and Ryder is falling.
Alrighty.
But like all these Dogar and even the cat are being very skittish at the moment. Like they don't seem like they're fully invested in the fight due to the loud noise that was heard down south and then the ceiling starting to tear apart. We'll see, Ryder.
Yeah.
I'll do some movements here as well to see how far somebody can get. Alright, so what's the plan?
Well, I'm not usually one to turn down a fight. However, when everyone stops what they're doing, usually something bigger is going on.
Mm-hmm. Fair assumption.
I'm checking some movement lines real quick here just so I can...
I know I'm skipping over a little bit, but just to let you know, since you're still figuring out what you're doing, Virtue is going to be making a mad dash up the cavern to try to escape.
We need light though.
Alright, so if you take the disengage action, you no longer provoke opportunity
That's fine.
for the rest of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly might just be the best bet to try to get the hell out of Dodge if we're all bailing.
Alright, so is that what you want to do?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35 can land me there.
Alright. Yeah, so you kind of disengage from these guys, and they're still kind of dumbfounded, but then they look down, you're already gone. And you kind of slip past all the ones that are next to Storm as you kind of slip and slide and get underneath, go around, and then you're already on the other side. Anything else for your turn? Wow, this is going more south than I thought it would. I'm reading what you two are planning, and I'm like, oh no. Just so you know, I'm groaning, because I think that would be horrible. But we'll see what
But
happens.
I'm gonna do it.
We will see.
See, I've got a rope, but I'm assuming the interactive object isn't going to be able to throw it to Bar and like hold it myself so he can do something heroically stupid.
Do you want to do that? I mean, I'll allow him a dex check to see if he can grab the rope. You have night vision as halflings, right, or no?
No.
Then we're in.
I can see him in my normal range.
I have a lantern on.
Okay. Then yeah, you can see him. You can easily say, you can tell him what you want to do. So go ahead and have that conversation. Actually, you don't even know there's anything up there. You don't know what happened. So unless Bar starts
Well,
talking...
we're gonna need to get across this somehow.
Yeah, but
So
you
giving
don't...
him the rope now is not a bad
Well,
idea.
Here's what I'm saying. Bar hasn't communicated with you that there's even a hole there. I mean, you heard a loud crash, but you don't know where it's at, and you're still coming in that direction. So,
I thought
unless...
he heard the hole was there, he just doesn't know that it's wrong.
What I want to know is, Bar saying anything to inform his party, or is he going to just be quiet the whole time and just let everybody fall in the pit without any... I mean, you can't plan if you don't say anything. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to tell Gideon to stay away from the hole. It's rolling.
Alright, so now you're kind of aware there's a hole in front of where Bar and Visser are just kind of just standing there waiting to do something.
Yeah, the rope is still gonna come out just in case.
Alright, so you got rope out. You want to do anything else for your turn before we go to Gal?
No, that's action, disengage, move action, and then,
Alright.
interact object free action, get
Yeah.
the rope.
Yep, you got the rope out. Storm, what do you want to do?
I'll be confused as why the little man ran away from the enemies. It's not like him at all.
Make a perception check.
I mean, we all heard the shit crashing behind us.
Yeah, you see a couple of stone, like big chunks of stone that was the the actual structure ceiling, and parts of the natural ceiling above it are starting to crumble into the wall, and one of them falls right on top of the Dogar north of you, and hits him in the head, and he's kind of pushed back, and you see a loud crack of rock hit right there in front of you, and you kind of get the sense something's going on, because you did hear the loud crash behind you in the other hallway.
Alright, so I guess I'll take after the little man.
Alright, and yeah, these guys aren't going to react. They see you move, they saw the guy get hit by the stone, and now you're up there by Fizzer as these guys are trying to figure out what they're going to do to get out of this mess. So, Fizzer just kind of goes, ah! And sees you right behind him. So, what's the plan? Yeah, what do you want to do?
Where are the rest of the guys?
3 of them fell down the hole, and these 2 giant bat-like things went after them.
Well, we better go save them. And then I'll go ahead and jump in the hole.
Ooh, oh god.
Jesus Christ, you didn't even take the rope I had out.
Okay, so you're falling. And you're
Alright.
falling. And
That's
That-
my action and my move. It's my turn.
my head hurts. It trembles.
Oh, I can get out of this. I mean,
I need to know how, because yeah, what is your plan to get out of this? Because I need to know ahead of time.
I'm gonna cast Levitate.
All right.
Oh, and then have us haul you up with a rope?
Oh, I can. Levitate's like fly, because I can't move directional. I can only move up and down.
All right. So that
So-
might work. All right, Bar, your turn.
So,
You just saw Storm just. And Fizzer's like, "What the hell's wrong with your friends?"
Okay, so I also have rope in my pack. I'm going to, as a bonus action, I think I'm going to get it out and wrap it around my arm
Well, you can do that for free. I'll let you have it.
and throw it toward Gideon.
So Gideon, you got this rope in your hand, and all of a sudden you hear a part of the coil of another piece of rope come towards you.
Am I supposed to tie these together?
I don't know.
Because
It
if
is
you
close
bungee
to
jump
the-
with rope, it is a bad idea. There is no give.
Well, Bar has an item that'll help him, but nobody else.
I'm going to try it.
You know what? I love
And-
stupid. Let's do it.
And I'm going to jump straight into the hole and try to, like, dive to catch more speed.
Everybody, we're going to be re-rolling new characters next week. I just
And I am
want
going to try to, like, you know, Mission Impossible my way toward Ryder.
All right.
I try to zoom up to him.
Well, before we can even get to Ryder's turn, one of these cloakers noticed this druid falling below near one of them, and they're going to go ahead and make a bite attack.
No.
12
Bad.
misses though, right?
Yeah, no. 12 misses.
Alright, then
I
since it
boop
missed,
him on the nose.
and then it will make an attack with its tail.
No.
9 misses, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, we're all gonna die.
This is just going to be fun. The other one, you hear a loud as a moan erupts in the area. Anybody within 60 feet, which is everybody who jumped in the pit, and those who are by the edge, I need you to make a DC Wisdom saving throw.
Or is the
Alright, so
So Ryder, make a DC saving throw for Wisdom, Storm, Bar, and Fizzer.
That's like my best skill. I rolled so shit.
Okay.
You're
I think-
You're gonna love this. This is gonna be fun.
Ryder, nothing against you, but I'm pretty sure the character is being told by the dice to go home.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
So-
I'm going to use
I
a lucky.
want you at this point.
Say again, Bar.
I think I'm going to use a lucky on that.
Okay.
Isn't that a thing
I'm
that,
gonna keep that one.
He
have,
took a feed.
It's a feat.
Okay.
Each creature within 60 feet of the cloaker that hears its moan and isn't an aberration themselves must succeed the DC Wisdom save. If you rolled higher than 13, you saved. Wisdom saving throw, or become frightened until the end of the cloaker's next turn. So, for the most part, you guys are
You
like
have
freaking
advantage
out.
on being frightened because you're halfling.
Oh. So I get to roll again.
Yeah,
I
right?
suppose. so.
halflings have racial bonus advantage on saves versus frightened.
How about that? There you go.
Nice.
So help me God, if you roll worse than a 5, though.
Hey, you
I
made the
succeed
save.
by 1.
So Storm's
Or-
the only one who's kind of frightened. So
13?
I'm falling, so there's nothing I can do.
Yeah. He hit Ryder.
It-
Ryder made the DC. It's Storm who failed.
Oh, I saw that perception up there. That's my bad.
Yeah. So every one of you will be immune to the cloaker's moan also for the next 24 hours. So he can't hit you again with that. But yeah, just for flavor, Ryder or Storm is kind of like freaking out a little bit. Like, oh shit, maybe this is a bad idea. All right.
This was a bad idea, you think?
I knew it was a bad idea when they jumped in. Like, come on, guys. I was trying to get rid of characters. Now you're getting rid of all of the characters. What? All right, moving on.
Getting-
Gideon's
wanna
still
give it a
whole,
shot.
hale, and hearty right now.
Yeah, you're going to
I'm
inherit
still fine.
everything. You're going to inherit everything, Gideon. All right, so Ryder, what do you want to do? You are about 50 feet down now, and you are crashing hard, and you hear a loud as 2 loud thumps hit into the bottom.
Am I getting
Okay.
close at all to Ryder?
Nope. You're like
Um,
maybe 20 feet down so far. He's 50,
I have a
so he's
few
about 30.
questions.
You need to start asking. Go.
Okay, first, how can I see the bottom of the cave?
Do you have dark
Like
vision?
before? No,
Yeah,
shit.
the
Didn't
light
one of the
source.
2 guys that fell have a light source on them?
Well-
Yeah, I had a torch.
I'll tell you what. Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Alright,
Because even if you had a torch out, it probably went out as soon as you started falling. Yeah,
how?
you get the sensation that there might be another 50 feet to this fall, judging by how far those guys fell. 'Cause you held on for a little bit, and they had a head start falling down. And then, when you lost your grip, it couldn't hold on. They had a little bit of a head start on you. So, overall, this is about a 100-foot drop. And
Okay,
you're
so
halfway down it right now. So,
I
what
kind
does
of look
Ryder
up
want to
and
do?
see the. I kind of look up and see the silhouettes of. Oh well, one silhouette, I guess. Only Storm's falling right now. I
No,
think.
Bar's coming too.
Bar's coming
Okay,
too,
see-
but these 2 cloaker beasts are around you right now.
Oh well. Fuck it. And I'm gonna summon a giant eagle with conjure animals, level 3. It is a fake creature, but it is one giant eagle. Actually, no, it can summon 2 because of the level. 2 beast challenge rating 1, and the giant eagle is challenge rating 1, so it can have 2 of them.
So even if you summon these 2 giant eagles in this condensed space, let me see how big a giant eagle actually is. To see if they even fit.
It's a large. It's the same, like,
It's the same as the cloakers.
I'm guessing it opened up a little, as we fell into a giant cavern.
Hold on. I want to put them on the board. So you want to cause 2 of these things to appear in an unoccupied
one-
space. Okay, so where do you want them, above or below?
I want them below me. Well, at least one of them below me
Alright,
to catch me.
Yeah, you're still falling. So let's see. How should we do this? I would say
the
make an acrobatics check, and the eagle's gonna have to make a strength check because you're coming in pretty hard.
Yeah,
Save
definitely
me,
coming in
eagle.
hot.
You said acrobatic?
You make an acrobatics to try to get on it while you're falling, and then
I mean,
roll.
it's not my worst roll.
This is better than average. Both were better than average. We're doing okay.
We're doing okay.
You land on
I
the back
mean,
of
you're
this
already
eagle,
dead,
and it
sorta.
cries out in pain, but it takes the bear of your weight.
In
Let's see,
Sylvan,
hold
I
on.
say, I'm sorry, buddy.
I want you to roll me 5d6. You technically
I
fell 50 feet.
roll 5d6.
And roll low.
That's 9.
Damn, that's nice.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, you
For
lucked out.
5d6, yeah, no, you rolled fantastic.
So yeah,
I love
the eagle takes 9 points of damage from your impact, but he manages to stay aflutter. Now I need an animal handling from you to see if he can grasp
Oh.
what the hell's going on here with you trying to guide him.
Well, first it's a fake creature, second it, like, kinda knows.
Alright, then I guess
So,
that's true.
it's... And in Sylvan, I just kinda... Because it's a fae, so I assume it understands Sylvan, so...
Very well. So
I
you're
say,
on-
I'm sorry, but we need to catch our friends. As well.
Well, 2 of your friends are too late to catch.
So yeah,
What?
okay. You say friends. Who are you talking about? Up or down?
My experience be more,
Up.
specific.
I was thinking more of Storm and Bar. I wanted this one to be like above us to try to help them out if needed.
Alright, so these 2 big eagles are starting to fly away from the cloakers when the cloakers are going to take their attack of opportunity. So, going against the eagles. Do tail attacks, since that's all they can rip out with. 14 with an AC of 13, that will hit, so let's see what he takes. 9 points of slashing damage to your eagle that you're not on. So now they both taking the same amount of damage. And then another tail slash to the eagle you're currently on. Rolls a 19.
Is there anything I can do to try to like negate it with a reaction?
Not really, no. And he'll
Okay,
take 4
just
points of
asking.
damage. Yeah, you're holding on for dear
Okay.
life. And you already cast your spell to bring these out, so your actions burn. But you managed to start flying upward. So you are on the ascent. You are 50 feet down, and let's see here. Eagles have a fly speed
80 feet.
of 80 feet, not bad. So
Fly, you fools!
So he makes the 50 feet. You see Bar right there, and Storm about 20 feet before, going back to the top. What do you want to command the Eagles to do? I mean, you're on one of them.
Well, I want the one that I'm on to go make sure that Bar's gonna be okay, since he's also, small, so I assume that he should be fine. And I want the other one to go for Storm.
All right.
That I'm
So
not.
Bar. Let me check the initiative order here to see if this is going to be conflict here. I think we can. Alright, Gideon, you got the rope with bar on it, right? And Gale just jumped
Yes,
over.
I have the rope with bar.
Alright, so we'll start with Gale since his turn's first on there. Since you're just kind of holding on to the rope, hoping he doesn't fucking kill himself. Storm, what do you want to do as this giant eagle comes up underneath you?
I'll be like, shit, my plan didn't work. I wanted to be the hero. Can I land on the eagle?
Make me an acrobatics. And I'll have the eagle roll a strength check to see if he can carry it. You reach down for him and grab a couple of his feathers and you think you're about to land on him. However, you kind of tip over and you continue falling. And the eagle just kind of lets out a screech. It's like, ouch, that hurt. You pulled my feathers, but he's trying to go after you, but however, you're still falling.
Then I'm gonna cast Levitate
Alright.
on myself.
You can do that. And then the eagle's just kind of flapping in front of you like, oh, he'll ride? You know, he's not saying it, but he's like right there and you can easily get on his back and he can pull you up easily now that you're levitating.
And I'll start levitating towards the top. I can move 20 feet, turn.
So yeah, you appear back outside. Alright. And now we're to Bar. What do you want to do, Bar?
I assume there's another eagle coming to me.
Yeah, Ryder's on this eagle and you see him coming up and he's kind of angling the eagle underneath you. What do you want to do?
Try to catch it.
Alright, make an acrobatics check. And I'm going to make a strength check at disadvantage because there's now two of you on him. Oh no! The eagle catches you, but the weight of both of you halflings on his back. I need you to roll me 2d6 as he takes the impact of your 20-foot drop so far.
Oh, that's bad.
He is starting to spiral a little bit, and he's starting to dive. You see, as you're kind of falling, but you're not, like, he's not out of control, but you can definitely see this eagle starting to have some struggle, as he kind of feels like, you know, like you, Ryder, you heard something snap. Like, you think you guys might have broken his back or something with the impact. And he's still struggling, though. He's still trying to hold on. Storm zooms past you,
Alright.
and the eagle that's with him zooms up.
I'm going
So he
to-
skipped over me since I had the rope. I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yes.
The rope stopped going down, right?
They were currently 20 feet, and the rope is like, what, 50 feet? And also could be further if you...
Well, I'm
tie it
also,
off.
if you look at the spacing, I'm 25 feet out. There's only 5 foot of play in the rope right now.
Alright, so yeah, still the bird would have taken the impact, but you feel it go taut as it kind of falls down a little bit. So Bar's kind of like on that leash, and you can feel like it tugging downward. What do you want to do?
If I felt the rope go taut, then I'm going to start pulling back up, because that means he's at the end.
Alright, so make an athletics check to see if you can pull him up.
I fell out of rage because combat ended, but I will pop another for advantage on the strength checks.
So you just start screaming at the
Because
top
I am
of
not
your
losing my
lungs.
friend.
Okay, go ahead. There you go.
There
you
you go.
start tugging and tugging, and then all of a sudden Bar gets lifted off the eagle and he starts whoosh, and you're like, oh, where's he going? But he got pulled out,
I didn't know you could fly.
and he's already gone. Bar,
Less time for jokes. Grab a hold. Don't.
I'm not leaving my eagle. He's my buddy.
we come to Ryder now. So Ryder, you see Storm is taken care of, you see Bar is taken care of, and the poor eagle, he still kind of looks you up there at the eye. He's like, I'm okay, we can make this.
Here, I kind of put my hand over towards his mouth, and I have a few good berries in there. I still have 7 left from all that I've used today.
Well, we can only eat one.
It'll heal him. Each berry will heal him at least 1.
But it's an item. Only one item can be used at a time.
Alright, well,
But yeah,
still,
still,
one.
he. Okay, so you feed him a good berry. But about that time,
But yeah, we'll get over there. Oh, wait. Um, I'll try to fend off the,
They
I'll
are
try to
still.
make the,
Hold.
sorry.
Your flight speed is 80. You got way
Yeah.
above these guys, so they can only move 40 feet if they want to close in on you. So
Okay.
they're still 10 feet below you since you got a little bit further out of their range and you kind of waited there for a bar. So what do you want to do at this
Alright.
point? Like, you can flee.
Well, yeah, I'm getting the heck out of there. I thought I was still, like, in danger of something.
Alright,
So, but yeah, me and my eagles are out of there.
So you fly off in this direction, right? And your other eagle joins with you, and Storm is kind of like levitating on top of it and just kind of getting boosted out faster. And about that time, you hear another loud crack right above the circle, and there's this giant boulder-sized rock that just kind of falls down into the pit, and it soars down, and you can hear two loud as these two creatures get caught by this giant rock and just keep ascending further down. And then it keeps going. It keeps going. Loud crunch.
That didn't sound very nice.
The hole is still there, but the cloakers seem to be taken care of by the giant rock that fell down below as well. The Dogar that were behind you and the displacer beasts, they all kind of fled in a different direction, leaving your hallway. Not fully taking them off the map, but they are, like, exiting out. So, they're technically not going to give you any problems unless you follow them. But now the question is, you're on this side of the pit. The way out that you know, that leads to the surface, is over here. And there's still this loud cracking sound as the earth below you kind of trembles. Guys, I hate to break this to you, but I think we need to go. That way. And he points over the pit.
How much, do you think you could carry me a little bit longer? I ask in Sylvan to the eagle.
Just tell me where you need to go.
Alright.
So,
You two halflings, you can probably go comfortably on that one since it's not as hurt. Or, Bar and Gideon, I'm pointing to. And maybe,
Can I live a dream here for a second?
what's that?
So, Storm's still levitating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I tie a rope around Storm's ankle, and since Storm can get dragged, like a balloon, sort of, but work the height, can I use Storm sort of like a zip line to cross the gap if I run?
Maybe. I could see that. Well, make this plan with Storm. Like, have this conversation.
Yeah, no, like, the easiest way is just describe how I wanted to do it.
And you see Fizzer just kind of pacing around the pit like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I go that way? Do I go back? What do I do?
Visitor, come here! I'll grab him and put him on the eagle.
Ah!
Very safe.
Alright. Storm?
Yeah, sure, bud. I'm just floating here.
Are you cool with that plan, or do you want me to actually try to play that out?
Yeah, I can.
Alright,
Yeah, I can help out with that.
Alright, so he's tying rope to your leg, and you're like, alright, let's do that. I will allow you
Well,
to do...
let's do it around my body.
Okay, or...
Well,
yeah.
I'm assuming I can reach your ankle easiest right now. That's why I said ankle.
Alright, so...
I mean, I can control my up and down.
Alright, so you reach down, grab the rope. It's like, not my ankle. I'll put it around my waist. So you're tying yourself off on this rope. And you start levitating across. Bars on an eagle, and Fizzer
Well,
and
he can't
Ryder
control
on
his
an
forward,
eagle.
backward, just up and down.
That's the thing is I saw.
Yeah. So these two that are on eagles could easily, like, push him over for you.
Oh, well, I was gonna
Or,
both hands on the rope, grab a hold, dash towards the hole, and leap over, using him as a zip line.
Alright, so I would not mind doing this roll. I would love to see it happen. But I would also suggest that you could probably just as easily, safely get on an eagle's back and with Bar and just go across and everybody's safe.
Just let it
But
happen.
if you want this roll so bad, let me go ahead and get an athletics check from you as you have him tied off, and you're going to use your strength just to will yourself across this gap.
With the running start, is that advantage or just plus 10 to the roll? Like, how's that one work?
I'll give you advantage. I kind of see he's still raging too. Like it's been like maybe a half a round from pulling bar up originally. There you go. So
Yeah,
with
I'm
that-
solid.
Yeah. So he gets on the other side there, and then all of a sudden you just run and dash, and the two eagles hit the ceiling and then come soaring across with you. And there's like this V formation with this halfling in the middle and two eagles on the other side carrying passengers. And then all of a sudden you're just coming in this you coming in this V shape, and then you feel this tug on you for a moment there, Storm, but then you kind of reach with the rope and help pull him, and then he zips over, making the gap and just kind of rolling over into this spot right here, and you two can both move in this direction. And Fizzer, along with the rider, move across the gap on top of the weaker eagle, and Bar has the fresh eagle, which is on the left there. Alright, so
Well,
now...
I didn't get my rip-roaring fight, but
Yeah, but...
I'm okay with this, sort of.
And
I mean,
it's still bad, though. This place is still shambling around. You can hear the earth beneath you rumbling even louder and louder, like something from the ground way down below is coming from down there and now wrenching its way through the earth, moving upward. Right now, you see the passageway that you guys were originally in start to fall apart completely. The earth above it just starts caving in, and then all of a sudden the tunnel, not the hole, starts filling in. Piece by piece, this giant rubble falls down. But right now, the passageway is cleared. So you guys want to keep questioning?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we're...
Just gone.
Come, Eagles. I
Alright.
don't want to leave you here.
All right.
I'd like to point out that Gideon is probably dragging the rope, and I'm just kind of floating behind him.
I feel like a big balloon.
So
You're a
you
parade
got him as a
balloon at
balloon.
this point.
All right. So question: levitate. Time limit. What is it? Duration.
10 minutes.
So 10 minutes of him tugging and pulling and racing down this passageway. You're finally back on the ground, and you have to move on your own. What I'm envisioning for my narrative here is that now this place is falling apart. Fizzer's following right behind you because he has no idea where to go. Like, he decided to join you guys, so he came with you. And he's being
It's
forced out
bad
of
for
this.
the guy. He just lost his home.
Yeah, this whole place is
Yeah.
starting to crumble and break. And you turn around and you're just making a mad dash. Like, each round you're dashing, using your full movement to get as far ahead of yourself. Bar's leading the way
So
out.
it took us 3 rounds to get out.
Well, no. Technically, you're spending that whole half hour to race towards the entrance that you came from. So, it takes an hour to get down here. However, this whole tunnel that you're in starts caving in around you, but, it's coming from the back at first. And you're ahead of it for a good long while. About 15 minutes, you had no problems getting up this passageway. Then all of a sudden, a boulder-like just kind of crashes down in front of you and kind of blocks your passage. It needs to be moved. This rubble's in front of you. What do you want to do? You're now like 15 minutes from the surface as you get stopped by this giant boulder.
Well, push it. Eagles, help me.
Yeah.
The Eagles are pretty strong, actually.
Question: how long does your summon last?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me go
Yeah,
look.
Go ahead and read. the card.
Up to an hour.
Okay, so these guys will
Yeah.
get you for a little while. However, these eagles can't flat past this one bit, and this tunnel is getting even more and more, condensed, to where it's like there's certain parts where they just barely got through, and now they're like starting to have struggle. And this one boulder that's kind of in the way is causing a lot of mayhem right now. So, how do you guys want to deal with this?
Is there a way to like squeeze past it?
I'll go ahead and shatter the boulder,
All right.
as long as it's non-magical and isn't being worn or carried.
With that, you put a decent crack into it and shatter it to a point to where it's not as big. Humanoid figures can get through easily, however, the eagles are kind of stuck.
Well, this is where we parted ways, and I unsummon them and send them back to the Feywild.
So they disappear.
I'm like, thank you.
Nice. Alright. And with that, you all kind of manage to wiggle through this opening that Storm has built for you. And you start racing up further and further, and you see the light coming closer and closer. It's about 10 minutes away now. You still hear rumbling behind you. The whole earth is shaking. You can hear Fizzer just kind of freaking out like, ah, it's going to eat me. It's going to eat me. And he's just racing behind you. Sometimes he catches up with Bar, and then all of a sudden he's behind everybody. Then all of a sudden he's up there again, and then he's like going back and forth in his speed. Like, you don't understand how he's quickly able to catch up with Bar and then fall so far behind so quickly. But he's racing right there beside you guys. But 5 minutes away, you see the opening. You can see the light shining down. You're like, almost there, almost there. And you're just making this mad dash. And if you were just casually walking like the normal 1 hour it took for you guys to get out of here, you would have so much trouble trying to get out. But now you're right there at the mouth. However, I need everybody to make a dexterity check as you reach the mouth of the cave. Acrobatics, if you would.
Dexterity save or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
basically
hey, look, it's actually not shit.
the mouth of the cave is starting to fall down as you're jumping out of there. Gideon, Bar, you trip, kind of run into something. The rocks get in front of you and you're kind of blocked from reaching out. Storm, I need your roll, I believe. Or was 16? 16 was your roll. 16 was your roll, 16 was Ryder. However, Gideon and Bar failed the acrobatics check. It's kind of ironic. And as you two are trying to run out, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as rocks and boulders kind of block your way and you kind of run smack into it before you can even try to jump forward and get out. Ryder and Storm are on the other side and rocks are starting to fall and you're still in this cavern, but you're kind of being forced backwards as the thickness of the boulders kind of build more thickness between you and the exit out.
So we're currently being entombed?
For the most part, yes. And you're being pushed back
Does it-
towards the tunnel, but the tunnel is also caving in towards you. So, yeah.
Does it look like they can get out by themselves or no? I'm guessing no.
From what you can tell, no.
So yeah, I've still got my shield.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I'll rip that off my back and put it overhead, slash, in front, like a plow sort of, to protect from the falling rock.
Alright, so you kind of prevent any more falling rock from coming on top of you and hurting you or Bar as you kind of cover each other.
That's more or less the plan.
Alright, so that...
Or,
How much space do we have in here currently?
I would say about 20 feet as the tunnel is now being closed off. You got about 20 feet of space going towards the entrance and you got blocked off. There's maybe 5 feet of stone that's coming down and it's slowly pushing you back about 5 feet.
Can I use my last third level spell to cast another shatter and try to open up the opening so they can get through?
I can't just bum rush through.
Okay, I'm liking what I'm hearing. How can we make this work? Now, I would say yes, you can. And if you weaken the wall enough with a good Arcana check, and then a good Athletics check, we might be able to break through. I think that's what we'll do. So you'll still
Could
burn
I
your
also
spell.
assist with my Thorn Whip as well?
Love it.
Try to
So
help break it up.
I will give advantage to the Arcana check. And for the inside, I would imagine Bar would try to help Gideon. So I'll give you
Yes.
advantage on the athletics check. So go ahead and roll with advantage, and let's have both of you try to push this wall to a point to where you can break through and get out. Nice. And nice. With that, a thorn whip trying to pull some of this rubble away. Then all of a sudden you shatter enough of this rock in a direction to kind of thin the wall. All of a sudden, Gideon barrels in with his shield and just starts ripping through with the thin layered wall that's left. And then all of a sudden, you see the small as he pushes the shield through. And an opening just small enough for halflings to get through appears. And then Gideon and Bar, you manage to make your way out with Fizzer right behind you. I forgot the roll for Fizzer, but we'll say he was behind you. Yeah, so Fizzer was with you. And then all of a sudden, he's like, ah! That was close, guys. Ooh, ooh. And you all kind of collapse out there, and the last part of the cave starts to crumble, and the cave itself caves on itself, falling deep, and it's just like a sinkhole at this point as it crashes in the rest of the way. And as you see it fall all the way down, you look about, might be about 500 feet, maybe 1,000, but you see this giant purple creature, like, jump sky high in the air, and then it jumps all the way back down and lands into the dirt, drilling way back into it again. And with that, you guys are now safe. Or what you think, other than what you just
That
saw.
was fun.
We're topside, which is good enough for me.
Let's do it again.
Oh, I'm all pretty much tapped out.
Another time, maybe.
Well, that was
What's the
more
time?
exciting than I planned.
So, right now, you're all just kind of sitting there, grateful to be alive. However, you realize at least 2 of your members fell in that pit,
Oh God.
and you're unsure what happened to Virtue.
Basilius and the other guy got stuck down there.
Good, he was an asshole.
It's
Oh.
a shame that all the golden
That is a
True.
shame.
If that's not bar, I don't know what the hell is.
And Fizzer's just kind of over there tapping his cheek. That's a fair assumption, yeah. Guys, I have a problem.
What?
What's up, little guy?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but my way home kind of caved in on itself.
Let's go kill a worm and avenge his home. No, that sounds like a stupid idea.
Make a perception check, everybody, as you're kind of wondering if this worm's going to come after you or not.
Yeah, I actually rolled okay.
Be pretty good.
You could always stay with me in the forest. Oh, dang.
Nice, nice. Storm, you're like, that worm came up like a storm. You think you found your temporary storm this round? However, the rest of you kind of, like, sense the ground, kind of put a hand down. And Bar, you kind of get the feeling like this thing's going way back down. I guess whatever happened, we must have disturbed its nest with something. Maybe when that pit opened up, it disrupted its sleep, and it decided to come up and make an attack and just go back where it came. Who knows?
Thank God he didn't make us try to fight it.
So what you're saying is we pissed it off.
But it went back down.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't just you. It was the cloakers who set it off, so, yeah. But with that, you guys are now safely back above ground.
Can we head into that town we were going to?
I think that would be best. That way we can get a night's rest after that.
'Cause I need it.
I think going back home might be more effective, just, offhand, it is in fact closer. And
But-
Visser isn't exactly road friendly.
Yeah.
People will be like,
Yeah, I was just
And
gonna.
we can sneak them into, since we live on the outskirts, we can sneak them in our house.
Oh, you guys would do that for me? That'd be a big help. At least until I figure out how I'm going to get back home.
Yes, we should have plenty of beds with
Oh,
the dark
Oh,
side of
dear.
bar has come out and I love it.
there you go. So yeah, Visser is like, well, if you guys don't mind, I can definitely use the help until I... Tell you what, though, I will make it up to you. Like, I'll work extra hard to make sure you succeed at whatever it is you're after.
And please don't stab me in the back again.
I don't know what you're talking about. I turned around and you were on the ground. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, let's go.
I don't think I was close enough to realize what happened there.
Yeah, I think Bar was the only one.
I
who
saw
put
him
up,
disappear, but I didn't see him do anything.
I'm gonna do a wisdom check real quick on visitors to see. Alright, so he kind of thinks about everything that happens. Like, you see him talk to the scythe in a way, like he's angling his attention towards it, and he's like, uh-huh. Well, why did we do that? Oh, Well, you helped me out in a pinch, so you have my thanks, and I will not stab you on purpose ever again. Keyword, purpose.
Oh, okay. Deal.
Going to go over to the visitor. Is that thing sentient?
Huh? No. It's like a telephone, or not a telephone. I'm not gonna say what. A sending
conduit?
stone. It's like a sending stone. Like I talked to somebody somewhere else. But
Who are you talking about?
Nefarious. I told you I worship him, right?
Are you sure it is Nefarious?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, look at this site. It glows with black smoke. It's usually his thing.
Yeah,
I poke it.
Doesn't necessarily mean.
No, you don't want to. You have a natural
Okay, fine,
fear.
I don't poke it.
No, you have a natural fear of this site because it's still part of your life force.
Oh.
So you do not want to be going around poking this thing.
I won't poke it then.
That'd be a good idea. But Visser's like, he tells me I need to find somebody, and that's kind of like why I came to the surface originally. But you guys were a big help before, and I thought I'd get you involved. But that one scary dwarf chick just kind of scared me away, and yeah, that drow and half drow, it was shady, and I'm sorry I couldn't come clean, but I am looking for somebody.
Who exactly? Do you have a name or do you have a
He keeps calling him Danio. Said he's going to be a threat, and I need to take care of him.
Neo.
If you want to, I'm trying to think. There's
This
some
campaign knows nothing of Danio.
Not
Okay, yeah,
directly,
but-
however, there is folklore. So, like, if you're somebody who visits a bar, and seek out information, I'll let you roll a history check. So, probably Bar is the only one I could think of who might know from, like, just
I
listening.
mean, we
to
can
it.
have Gideon take a stab since I do.
You do kind
drink.
of follow around with them. So, yeah, I'll let Gideon do it at disadvantage, but Bar, you get a straight roll history check.
Disadvantage history on it.
Yep, let's see it.
Barbarian.
Natural 20 times 2, right?
So if you only go one disadvantage, can you reroll that one since you're happening?
Technically, yes, he can.
I'm okay with that. I'm not completely retarded, but that was a great roll.
Alright,
But
so, and something here might trigger as well, but it's only if you share the information with Ryder. But Ryder, you're kind of out of the loop on this. But
Yeah.
about 20 years ago, there was a demon war. And one of the folklore is that this one man army, dressed in black leathers, black cape, long brim black hat with a black blade, like he was just the blackest black. He was this big badass who pretty much ripped through an entire army of demons. They say he single-handedly quelled several different battalions of demons. And you think it's more folklore than anything, like it's just a story people say, but they call him many names, the Dark Spectre being one of them, but his name is Danio. So the name has come up a few times, and you're like, huh. I mean, yeah, you think it's just a folklore.
So I think like the only way I've heard of him is pretty much as a Great War hero.
Yes. And you're free to share whatever bit of that information you want. As Visser finished telling you that he's looking for Danio.
Your god is telling you to look for a fairy tale.
Is that so? No, he's got to exist. He wouldn't just tell me a name and not seek it out.
The stories that I've heard is inhuman, and I doubt that any one person can do all that. It's probably a battalion of men or something.
Oh,
I have to disagree because we live in a world where giant worms can create giant fucking holes.
really? What kind of stories have you heard?
That he killed Minnie in the Great Eating War.
Yep, I guess Nefari is right. He would be a threat.
How much of a threat?
I don't know. I have to see the guy first. But look, I'm not gonna let that conquest, interfere with anything we do. Like, whatever you need me for, I'm there. I'm just basically gonna have my eyes and ears out just in case I run into this fellow. And if I do, he kind of stops. And he's trying to think. If I do...
If your god sees him as a threat, what are you going to do?
That's a good question. I don't know yet. I think I'll have to
You
see
hold him and I punch.
That'll work. But
I
then
don't
again,
think it's going to work that way again.
I'm curious though. If he's this kind of a threat, what kind of a person is he? So I think I'd like to understand him more. Isn't that like something people do, like intel, right?
Yes.
What's
yeah.
intel?
It's where you gather information on your enemies so you can exploit them later. Yeah.
Oh. That gives... Ryder will remember that. In the top right corner.
Just write it on your palm. Information is good.
Yes. You'll find
3 days
out.
later, it's just a black smudge.
What was I trying
I wonder
to do?
what that...
So, yeah. So Fizzer kind of tells you this. And I take it you guys want to walk and talk at the same time as you're heading back to Shandor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Your perception check earlier also shows you that the horses that were here, they either got scared away or destroyed. You see
I would think
remnant.
the giant one would do that.
Yeah, you see remnants of a carriage that just got crashed in half here, right by the cavern. And you're hoping the horses got away, or something got
Where's
them.
Pat?
Where's
Where's Pat stayed with all the horses and such we were riding on, but
That's a good question. You look around, you don't see him right away.
I will whistle,
All right,
which I will not do in the call because it is absolute murder to your ears.
go ahead and make an animal handling as you're trying to call out for him. Nothing right away.
If I see him doing this, I'm going to attempt to help out with and go off into another random direction that he was not going.
So we're all going to kind of look for him.
I would
I mean,
use
I'm
speak.
gonna-
I would use speak to plants, but Yeah.
Most.
Actually,
I
Well,
don't have the spell.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna roll a condition die. Coming up with 4 conditions. Alright, so we want. Alright. Alright. Go ahead and make an investigation check, whoever's looking for him.
Everyone does one.
If you all want to help, yes. Bar, you go searching like towards the west, but you're still kind of staying close to the road. Anybody?
I can make investigation, look for the dog.
Yes.
Can't find Invista. Oh,
I'm shit at it, but
Yeah, get in.
yeah, I'm pretty
you-
sure at it too.
I will make my voice boom 3 times louder than normal and yell for the dog.
Alright, make an investigation with advantage. You guys spend about 5 minutes trying to search the nearby area. You don't see any signs of him, so it's not like this is a total waste. So, I mean, if anything, maybe he got away. I mean, you don't see any dog corpses or anything. So you all start heading back towards town. Get about halfway there. And you hear a soft whimpering nearby. And doesn't take too long, but Bar and Storm are the first ones to kind of pick up on it. And you kind of rush in a direction, and then Gideon's like, what was that? And then you're like all going in the same direction. And you find on the other side of this bush, up against a tree, Pat's, his left hind leg, bleeding as an arrow seems to be shifted into it. Or not an arrow, but like a rock shard that got stuck into it. And he's just kind of whimpering, crying there.
Is this your dog?
That's him.
That's Pat's.
Yeah, you see Pat's there, injured, unable to move.
Oh no.
Would you like me to heal him for you?
Yeah, I don't have any healing things with me, so.
Alright, I'll start doing a rain dance all around the dog. Maybe scare him a little bit.
The dog's
And then-
looking up at him like...
What's this weird dude doing?
I don't think you're being very comforting. He's... yeah, and Fizzer's like trying to gauge what he's trying to do. I don't get it. Why is he doing this again?
I think it's more of a comforting thing for him.
And he kind of puts his arms behind his head and just kind of leans back like, whatever.
I don't know.
And then with a boom of some thunder, a spark from my hand will go out towards the dog and heal him for 9 hit points.
And the dog will go, "Arr!" And then it'll be like, "Arr!" But then he feels the shard kind of fall out of its leg, and he just kind of jumps up, and then he kind of looks around for him, and he's like, huh. Then he sits down in front of you and just kind of gives you a respectful nod as he just kind of pants now.
Good puppy. All fixed, all better. Here you go.
I run up and pet him, because he's a good dog.
And he kind of like, making
Remember
happy.
me?
That's Nose Rider.
There you
No,
go.
yeah, he's just making happy noises now as everybody's just kind of
Yeah.
giving him too much attention, and he feels better. So he's like, arr, 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 arr. Not like the growling type. He's just,
Okay,
you know,
I thought.
he's doing yipping growls, I guess you could say, like, arr, you know, like nuzzling into you and everything. Just giving you that low rumble, like, arr, I'm here.
Yeah, I get it.
So, yeah. No, did he bite your head off? I mean, oh, no, that's fine. Your head's still there. Alright. But Pat's is healed. And he looks happily at his protectors and saviors, and he's now back on his feet.
How late is it?
Let's see, we spent at least 2 hours, right? I would say. Noonish to about, it's getting to be about 3 in the afternoon. Clouds are like, kind of like cloaking the sun, so it's not too bad for Fizzer right now. But daylight might be a pain in the ass for him, so he might have to think about how to fix that later. But other than that, Fizzer's just kind of like bewildered, like, guess I'm gonna have to get used to all this.
Don't worry, nature is good for the soul.
Uh-huh. That was totally natural back there, right? How's your soul feeling? That's what I thought.
Well, I feel better that I'm out here.
But yeah, you guys...
I feel like that was a reasonable touche, you know?
Yeah. So, you know, he's like, well, whatever. Let's just go where we gotta go. I'm following you guys, so lead on, please.
Here, take a flower. I Jude craft him a flower.
He just kind of tears it up. He's like, no, don't need pretties. Oh, don't give me that. Don't be weak. Forward! At a half step. March!
Go for it.
I about knocked that fucking mic off trying to march over here. Alright. Alright, so, yeah, you guys start making your way back to Shandor. It comes into view. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about while you're on this walk, or just make it home and try to get everything situated?
I don't have
Someone's
anything.
gonna have to write Fulgrim's parole officer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Alright.
Make sure we mention that he was an ass.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure they
going
know.
to-
Maybe we can go and like claim their life insurance or something.
I don't think Fargrim was insured.
Uh
I don't think any of them were insured.
oh.
It does kind of give you a new idea, like, maybe we should start insuring our people who work for us. That way, that way it's not a total loss when they fucking die. But,
when we get close to Shandor, I'm going to take off my hood and shirt
uh-huh.
and kind of, revealing that I have a leather vest on under it. And I'm going to kind of put them on the Visitor.
Oh, yeah, this will be a big help. Thanks, friend. And he'll pull the cloak over and try to hide his face and everything. It's like,
Damn it, I didn't get to crystal craft him something.
oh, well.
Gideon, could you
Crystal craft.
thin those out to make them longer? That way it's not as noticeable.
Hold on, you want me to do what?
Like, thin out the shirt, make it longer. That way, you don't see cobalt legs. Kind of like make this shirt into
Is this shirt made out of leather?
a
I could try to druid
crap,
craft
that's
them
right, it
some
is
vine
cloth.
boots.
so yeah,
I'm
No.
sorry, Bar, what'd you say?
it's cloth.
Oh, yeah,
I
cloth
could
probably.
actually pick up the-
Here, you can have
I-
my shoes. I take off my shoes.
His claw
Are
feet
gnome
won't
shoes
fit
compatible with kobold feet?
in. His
I
claw
don't know.
feet won't allow that to work. So yeah, he's like, no, I'm fine.
Oh. Okay, it's okay. They have holes in them anyways. I put them back on.
Yeah, keep your sticky feet shoes on.
They're not stinky.
He's like
I
plucking.
kinda
He's like
sulk.
plucking his big nose. He's like, uh-huh.
As long as we all stay grouped together, he should be fine with just this.
Yeah, don't
Just
worry.
another midget in a crowd of midgets?
Yeah, I blend in perfectly. Don't worry.
I just like to point out that Storm is like normal size, and the rest of y'all, all four of you guys are super small.
Yeah, you're walking around this troop of midgets right now. So yeah.
Yeah, the only
Shut
one
up.
that stands out here is Storm. So,
So
Yeah, I
yeah.
think they'll be looking at me, so you'll be fine, Visor.
Yeah, virtue is Lord knows where. But you make
I'm
it.
thinking if we have Storm go a different route and just the three of us, well, four of us technically, all go the same way, that no one will pay any mind.
Well, it doesn't
Yeah.
like Barb mentioned to you before. Like you guys do live on the outskirts of town, so sneaking visitor in, it's not going to be too big of a deal. So you make it to your building where you're located, and you're at the front door. What are you guys going to do?
go
Do we
in.
have to get a key for this
Oh, wait.
house?
I would say you would have keys, yeah. At least you and Gideon.
Yeah, I'm gonna unlock the door. Then.
You open the door, you see Shishay behind the counter of like a reception area. It's like, oh, you're back already. Welcome home. Who's that?
Oh, Oh, that's she. She's such a nice woman. You should go talk to her.
Great. I don't see any way this ends well, but
No, this goes perfectly. Trust me.
Okay, we'll get into this. So,
I'm going
Visor walks in.
They let everyone unlock the door behind us. This is-
Alright, so you lock the door behind you. Everybody's inside now. And Visor kinda jumps on top of the reception desk and says, "Hi! My name's Visor. What's your name?" Shishay looks up casually at him. It's like, get off my desk, little one. Oh! What is that cold chill I'm feeling all of a sudden?
probably the draft from his lack of pants.
That has to be it. So he jumps off the desk and says, "Sorry about that. But yes, my name's my name's getting the Whee! My name's Visor. What's your name?" She just kind of casually looks at him and is like, "Shishay." "She-hey? What?" She gives him another stern look like she's about ready to snap on him. "Oh, gosh, you feel that chill?" She says as
No, I
you
don't
just...
feel anything.
I agree, he says to nobody in particular. And she's just like going back to whatever little paperwork she has. It's like, so, did you guys manage to make any money on your trip?
No, but the arse has died.
What
Is this a pertinent time to ask her about life insurance?
What
Of course
happened?
it is.
Alright,
There's never a bad time.
what happened?
Fargrim, Bacillus, died in a hole,
Uh-huh.
and Virtue is disappeared.
But he's still alive.
That one is, we believe.
Do
Okay.
we get compensation for him abandoning the company?
I
Or
don't...
Do you know that?
I don't know yet. As far as the guild goes, if they die doing the job, then that's it. Like, there's no more... Like, you will not be sharing with them any of your treasure, so that's obvious. But other than that, I will let the guild know that they are no longer part of our membership. But you
I
said...
will assume they will send a message to their next of kin.
I will get back to you on that after I have a talk with the guild master. It seems you have given me work to do this afternoon. She pulls up this cup of tea she was nursing for a while, kicks it back, and then sets it back down. Very well, I'm gonna run to the guild and deal with this.
Have fun.
If I need any other information, I'll drag whoever with me next time.
As she leaves, I'm going to whisper to her, "There's going to be a bonus for not mentioning the code."
Understood. Visitor, you said? Yeah, that's me. Welcome aboard. And she'll walk out. I think she likes me.
You should go. You should try for that. Bump, bump. Nudge, nudge.
What are you talking about? She's not a kobold. Why would I try for that?
I don't know. I kind of walk away and go lay down because I'm still hurt.
I'm no doctor, but you are fucked up.
Yes. Yeah. Wow, look at those scars on your back. Wonder how that happened.
They're not the worst I've had. Well, actually, no, they might be.
I gotta say, and congratulations getting out of that hole, because it was gonna be a real threat, and yeah, congrats to Ryder. Barely getting out of that hole.
I was panicking so hard trying to figure out what to do.
I
And then I
know.
was like, oh my gosh, I can use this and summon
God.
something that can fly.
I told you I had a
We might need
scenario.
to start bringing backup characters to the table. Like, this is gonna go down.
Well, like, I didn't want those guys, and no offense to them if they're watching or anything, but no offense to them, but, you know, I didn't want to keep their characters alive in the campaign. And Virtue, yeah, he was a special case. He'll pretty much, you never know, he might be able to come around later on, who knows. But,
Maybe he can become the big bad. Sorry.
we got big bats already in the works. But,
That's the other group.
no, don't worry, we go both ways. But, yeah, you guys managed to get through that scenario I had planned, and I was like, at a moment, it's like, shit, that's 4 people that's gonna have to re-roll. Or 3, at least. 3, yeah.
I had a plan. I was never in danger.
No,
Same
you know.
here.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know this.
You were frightened. I mean,
I was going to feather fall to the bottom and loot the corpses.
Yeah, that was a 100-foot drop, and that's what,
Feather fall
10d6?
lasts until you hit.
No, that's fine. You would have been fine, but how would you have gotten out? That's a 100-foot climb, and you might be able to get that rope all the way down there to get a hold of. I don't know, and what probably would have been a big athletics check already.
We would have just had to live in the Underdark.
But
Storm could have gotten out with Levitate. Could have
yeah,
gotten a couple of us out.
So yeah, I think that went well. You guys enjoyed that little scenario?
That was fun.
It was
Would've been
quick and dirty, and I was convinced at least 3 people were dead for the majority of it.
I was like, I'm gonna write these characters off, but I want it to be a challenge for everybody. That's why I told Bar, I was like, yeah, you might die if you're not here to control your character. But I'm glad everybody was here. So yeah, we can continue for a little bit if you want, or we can.
Can I take a?
If you need a quick break, we can. Yeah, we can do that
Yeah.
too. So we'll take a quick 5 minute
People
break.
need to breathe and relax a little bit.
Go take your Xanax. It'll be okay. Visor won't kill
Don't
you
have
in
any
your sleep.
Xanax.
No, she's just saying don't stress out. It's fine. But yeah, go ahead and take a 5 minute break. I'll just be here kind of shooting the breeze as we kind of go over what just happened. So 5 minutes. Get going.
I was kind of really liking the idea of the assassin.
Well, you had a chance to die and you blew it. What do you want me to do? I can't just outright kill you myself. Well, yeah, I could.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
but you weren't.
I mean, you can.
I can, but I'm not
You
going
can
to.
throw a storm giant at us.
Well, I did already.
It went so well the last time.
I mean, what did you guys do? You were like, I'm not going anywhere near that. And he's like, alright. I mean, you weren't supposed to anyway, but still. But, yeah. So, yeah, that was an interesting scene, I think. And I'm going to try to maybe have something like that more involved whenever we get going into, like, you know, castle dives or whatever. You know, just a lot of skill checks, trying to make sure you can get out of this situation. My God, I thought Ryder was gone.
I
did too.
did
That's
too.
why
I know, so I'm back.
I'll go back.
That's why I was just like, I'm going to dive, and hopefully it's going to be like whoever, like if I'm quoting, would Featherfall still affect?
Yeah, like, I get that you wanted to use Featherfall like you did, but that weapon was made only for you to use it on yourself. So,
Okay.
you know, but, yeah.
So I have a question.
Mm.
Featherfall, you must float to the ground, right? Like you must float to the ground.
I believe so, yeah.
So if I have a rope tied to me and like there's someone below me, they can't pull me down quicker than Featherfall. But so I can use that as like I'm basically an anchor-ish.
I don't think I could zip line across you because you do fall at 20 feet around, is it?
I fall, but the thing is if there's someone like, you know, someone can jump down a pit and then I use Featherfall and they're like tethered to me. Could that, you know, essentially, I can't fall any faster than 20, so they're only falling 20 at their
Well, the way you can interpret it depends on DM, I think. Because there's certain things like fly that if you are carrying the weight of another player, it cancels the spell and you instantly drop. Or like the broom, the magic broom that carries people. Like if there's more weight,
It has a
than its
weight
own-
limit.
Yeah, like if there's more weight than natural, then yeah, that spell can end. And you can be forced down at that point.
Okay.
Unless the spell says otherwise, which I didn't have time to completely go over. I was just making sure everything was squared away.
My plan was to cast Levitate on a rider. Stop concentration on it. The spell itself says that the target still floats to the ground. And I was going to cast it on myself again, so then I can float to the ground too.
But yeah. Did anybody else need a quick break, or are we good to keep going?
Not really.
I'm
Alright.
good.
Alright, so Shay left. She's gonna go take care of business for you guys. And you all are left here with Visor, who is just kinda looking over the place in amazement. He's like, this is a nice place you all have here. I didn't really get to see it that well because, you know, those drows and that dwarf lady kept giving me those dirty looks.
The rooms are upstairs. The first 3 to the right are taken.
Oh boy,
Oh.
let me go look.
Which room is mine?
First come, first serve.
Alright, I go into
Up
the
the
biggest
stairs.
room that
Up
I
the
can
stairs.
find.
Before you make it up the stairways, Visser kind of puts a foot out to trip you. Make a dexterity check.
Oh, you bastard. God dang it, where's my character sheet? Why isn't...
Do you guys remember the format? Because I'm trying to remember. Because I remember the other campaigns. Is it similar, I believe?
Gideon is the first room on the right, and the second
Wait,
room
was
on the
it a
right, and
dexterity
then my
check,
watch
you
top is
said?
the third.
Yes. God damn it. Then in that case, he's just going to try to scurry towards a room. So...
I kinda kick Bizzer lightly as he runs away. Get out of here.
Yeah! So mean to him. Lucky he doesn't pull the side down. That's my room! Give it to me!
Alright.
Actually, I'll take the smaller one. He doesn't need a big room. He saw how big a living space is, and he's like, that's just too much room. I'll take one of these side ones over here. So he'll just kind of take a side room.
So if I remember right, there are 3 on the right, 3 on the left, and 1 on the right.
Sounds about right. I can't remember offhand how it went because I think that information was on the other computer.
And the second on the left is the special room.
We pretty much went through that
All of
entire
Mars.
scenario. Oh yeah, because you guys were doing like a workshop. Alright,
Yeah,
so...
I had my little, like, workshop over to the right, and he had his.
So now that everybody's kind of like picking a room, getting themselves situated, Visser makes his way back down there. Alright, I found me one.
From the room that Ryder went into is like, I've never sat on a bed this comfortable. Oh my god.
It's probably human sized too, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, that's not a bed for you. That's a friggin' like bounce castle.
Then again, what if it's the room that, okay, so the room that was originally Tazir's, that'll be the one Visser takes because he's Underdark, so he'll want a darkened room with the drapery.
The one at the far left and the one beside it are going to be the 2 doors.
Yeah, so he'll take Tazir's old room. That room is nice and dark and keeps the sun out. That's my kind of room right there. So, what else are we doing today? Besides killing the rest of our friends. Toothy grinned towards Ryder. Hey, didn't you hear? I just called you Fred.
But you were talking about killing me. I guess that
Semantics,
kind of contradicts
semantics.
itself.
Semantics.
What's semantics?
I was saying, does Ryder understand that word?
Some fancy word I heard a noble say one time. Who knows? But, yeah. You guys have all this free time now. What do you want to do?
Yeah, what's the plan?
I think most of us are beat to shit.
Yeah, so probably resting, having a meal maybe, getting settled
Yeah.
in. Shishay will eventually come back about an hour later. Some of you might be prattling around in the kitchen grabbing a snack. Some of you might be just relaxing in the bedroom or down below at the living room.
I'm asleep.
But Shishay comes in, shuts the door behind her, kind of looks around. I brought an application for your new friend. And if you want, I'll register him under the table.
I mean, okay. I will take the piece of paper.
And Visser's like, what?
Visitor in his room right now? Oh.
No, he's down below, kind of watching the scenario, because he's like, he doesn't want to be alone right now. So he's always hanging around with somebody.
Is he currently armed?
Oh yeah, the sight's on his back. Like he doesn't take that off. He's like attached.
Well,
to
okay,
the
but he's not like brandishing it or anything. Like he's not
No,
holding
no,
it.
no.
Like,
It's
strapped on.
yeah. It's like sheathed on his back.
Perfect.
Yeah, like he's not trying to take it.
I'm
out.
going to run up to him and grab him and spin around. You can be with us. You can join the company. Just excited as piss.
Make an athletics opposed to his acrobatics to see how well you spin him. And I'll roll his acrobatics.
Oh my god, I rolled a 3. Kill me.
You fling him around once, and then he kind of grips his foot into the ground and stops himself. He's like, "Whoa! Oh, I get to join you guys? Like a group? Like your actual company thing?" And he's starting to get excited because he sees how excited you are.
You be one of us now.
That sounds like fun! Sign me up! And he's kind of looking over at Bar, who's like looking over the form and everything. And then just like, well, what do I do? Do I do anything special? And she's like, just need to fill out this paperwork that he's got, and then we put a crystal over it, and then you hold on to the crystal. And are you filling it out for him, Bar?
Yes.
We're gonna need a full name, aren't we?
I'm just going to put Wizard.
You're just gonna put Fizzer. I am the Dark Touched. Fizzer the Dark Touched. That's what they call me down underneath.
Who? Oh wait, no, I'm not
I
there.
will put the full
Yeah,
name.
you're asleep. Fizzer the Dark Touch will be the name that's on this thing. And then it's like, you kind of go over it with him back and forth a little bit. He gives you enough information to be like, alright, well, like certain things, like him talking about the Underdark, you're like, we'll just say he's like, if you were to make a deception and a lifestyle for this guy, what race would you give him and what city would you put him in? Question the Bar. Like, would you make
Bar?
him?
Okay, I'm sorry, I got you for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, like, what city and what race would you put down for this kobold? If you were to make a deceptive type application for him? Like, what do you think you could pass him off as? And where do you think he hailed from?
Okay, so can I do a history check on something?
Sure. How about you tell me what that something is?
Do I know Darkanaga?
I would say with that, bro, yes. It's,
Okay, I'm going to put that down as home and put halfling.
alright.
He can be my cousin.
Now, do you have forgery? A forgery kit or something that you're proficient with?
I believe I do with Mastermind.
I would love for you to roll that since it's now become a vital staple for you. Nice, nice, nice. So you fill out this paperwork for him, and apparently he is now a halfling from Darkanaga. And for those who don't know what Darkanaga is, it's not exactly the Underdark, but it's like an entranceway into the Underdark, so it's still like raised by drow for some of it, and then like normal people come down there to do like minor trade, and they do the trade further on, so they don't go beyond Darkanaga. So yeah, he kind of looks over the paper. Is it done? All right, Kobold, put your hand over the paper, and she'll put the gem over his hand, and then it kind of lets off a little bit of light, and he's like, ah, like frightened by it at first, and then he's like, oh, wow, that's neat, huh? And there you go. She hands the gem off. Welcome to the guild. They can now pay you properly for any services that you commit for the group. I'll commit a lot of services. Just you wait.
I don't like the way that was said, but I kind of love the way that was said.
She kind of gives him a smirk like, we might get along after all. Anyway, if there's not anything else you need, I might suggest that you might look into hiring more staff. totally optional. I mean, I can take care of whatever, but if you want people to cook for you, clean while you're away, you might want to take something up with that.
Gideon has idea.
What's that?
What do you want me to roll in the kitchen?
Are you trying to learn to cook, or are you gonna cook, or what's
Yeah, I'm gonna try to cook.
Good question. Like, you don't have proficiency in cooking itself, right?
Nope.
And what kind of utensils did we buy? Or did we buy any?
We got like top tier, I think.
That sounds about right. Make that good impression. Alright, so +3 to a... I kind of want to say dexterity, but at the same time, maybe intelligence to see if you know how to put something good together?
Roll in intelligence and like, I would think.
Alright, so here's what I'm thinking also. Like, if you're looking for a recipe and you're trying to go through with the recipe, I would say intelligence. If you're just throwing shit together to make it work, I'm going to say wisdom.
See, I wouldn't be trying to make an actual meal, but I'd be like, ham is good, cheese is good,
You're just
and
throwing stuff
chuck it in a
together, right?
pan.
Yeah, so roll
And
me...
trying
roll-
not to burn it.
So we'll do a straight wisdom check to see how well this turns out.
Hey, I'm
Wow.
not a bad cook.
Ham,
Tonight.
you're like making the best grilled cheese sandwich that everybody had with ham inside it. So with that, you take 2 slices of bread, butter it up, throw some ham and cheese in there, and you just kind of burn it on both sides a little bit. And you manage to make enough for everybody. With a +3 on that, it's like 21. So there you go. He makes the best Sim City ham and cheese you ever see. Or wait, no, that's Sims, right? Sims, where you grill the cheese and then
It didn't burn the house down.
yeah.
I didn't burn the house
didn't
down,
burn the house down.
surprisingly.
Yeah, so you must have had a knack for cooking, apparently. But, yeah.
That being said, from now on, since Gideon came out of the kitchen with cooked food, Bar will follow him when he goes into the kitchen.
So there you go.
And some cat intestine. Ooh, and frog eyes, so I can, see the food as it eats me, right?
Yes, that'd be an interesting mix. That'd be like
That's tofu.
that'd be like a
When I'm gonna become a culinary-mancer, my food will become alive.
what
Yeah.
is it, like a ratatouille or ratatouille or something like that? Some kind of stew that you make out of that?
Rat patootie.
Something like that, yeah.
Ooh,
But
I could start summoning from my bag of tricks and letting whatever animal grabs be in the recipe.
Oh no.
but I do believe once they die, they poop away.
No, you'll be full until dawn.
Oh, I have this empty stomach now.
No, I'm not gonna use parts from the animals. I'm gonna let the animals pick the ingredient.
Oh,
Oh.
like
Like they can nose around in the larder, and whatever they bring back out that they think smells good is going in the dish.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna do that. I was like, yeah, let's use the animals.
I mean,
No. It was gonna be
good
actually
diet.
It was going to actually be ratatouille, where the animal helps me cook,
Alright,
not cooking the animal.
that would be interesting, because then I might have you do animal handling instead or something, I don't know.
Well, I
just
spent
did
10
the
minutes
animal
beforehand
grill.
getting the
For
beef
animals.
speech up.
One at a time there. Would you say better?
So I might just want to get the animals roll intelligence.
Yeah. If they're smarter than Gideon. But,
I mean,
yeah,
all I do 10 minutes before I start cooking.
The eagles are smarter than I am. Well, their intelligence is higher.
yeah,
They
they
have
were,
an
ki-
8
they,
intel.
they were kind of wondering why they had to pick you up out of a bad situation. But, yeah, Visser's just kind of looking over to Jim, and he's like, huh, so I just keep a hold of this thing? What do I do with it? He waves it
You
around.
gotta put it in your, do kobolds have pockets?
I'm sure he's got a pouch somewhere he keeps shit in.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So, like, these here kind of things, and he kind of pulls the clothes you kind of threw over him. I feel like I might need an outfit that will help me pass off as one of these halfling things. Oh, like you guys, right? Because he's just now making the connection, you're halfling.
I have
Perhaps we
Going to
could
go
find
upstairs.
a magic item
What'd you say?
I have an idea.
What'd you say, Razor?
Okay.
Bar, what did you say?
I have an idea. I'm going to go to my room, get a change of clothes, and get that giant bobblehead that I have in mind.
Okay. And
Oh
what,
my god.
And what was your ideal, Gideon?
See, I've still got gloves, aprons, and belts.
Mm-hmm.
So I could theoretically make him an entire outfit with like a trench coat with a belt.
Yeah, let's do that, bro.
We could pull a critical roll and get him a mask.
That's what Bar just did.
Yeah.
Alright.
So the very tattery looking.
Was that one the checks needed for it, or? So that's one.
I figured I'd start with like pants.
Let's do
Or unless you just want all of it at once and average it out.
let's do dexterity check since you're trying to etch into a certain. Keep backing myself up and like, I'll let you choose dex or wisdom. Unless you have leatherworking tools that you can actually apply to the roll.
I do not have any tool proficiencies.
Alright, so yeah, pick one of those two. Because I'll say wisdom, you kind of get the feel that it needs to be a certain shape. Whereas if you're dex, you actually know and you're just using your dexterity to kind of build it out. So yeah, with that there, you billow out, you kind of measure it up against towards Visitor, and you make him this nice, not quite skin tight, but it kind of wraps around his waist just right and leaves like just enough leg room for him to kick around. So, can you make that in black?
Can my crystal dye it?
I'll let you do that as a free action. Like freely you can do it, but you don't get XP for it. But while you're doing that on the first one, I need to look up the crystals. So we had a success. Alright, now what do you want to do? As you make him these nice leather black pants.
Well, he's already got a shirt, sort of, doesn't he?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, he's got like black scale mail that he wears too.
See, because leather straight on the body, at least in the torso, can chafe.
Yeah. Well, he's got scales too, also inside.
True.
So he's not naturally suffering from your problems that you would have.
I mean, I can try to make him a shirt.
Alright, if you like. Go ahead and do another check of your choice, Dex or Wiz. As you hold the crystal out, and basically what he's doing right now, he's like holding material that, you know, it's not fully formed in anything. And then he's using this crystal that he picked up from Smithersmon. And he transformed this tattered leather, what was it, like pants before, or was it?
No, they were gloves and aprons in their original bit.
Alright, so the gloves and aprons kind of shifted into like a pair of black leather pants. And then whatever other material he's using to
The
make
gloves became pockets, so they're
Yeah.
perfectly
Hey,
hand-shaped.
there you go. Yeah, hand-shaped pockets that are on his butt, which makes it look weird. Looks like somebody's giving him a goose from both ends. But you make him this black shirt out of the rest of the material. And you notice something. The crystal starts giving off a hum.
The crystal's humming.
Yes.
Well, considering I didn't get to lick the last magical rock we had,
You gotta lick it. So, yeah, you lick it. And
maybe
it
the
just-
flavor changed.
You got, like, you're licking it, and then, like, as it's in your mouth, that point, like, whenever you put it in your mouth, it just kind of glows, and it's like Rudolph the Red Nose, as it's lighting up your inner mouth as you're kind of licking it, and then you peel it out. It's still kind of glowing off and on, but then suddenly it kind of shimmers for a moment, and then shifts back down into a lighter glow, but it's, like, a little bit brighter than it was before.
Well, I can still move.
So, yeah, first time. put a rock in your mouth like that, and you can move.
What do you think it mean, Bar?
He did say that they would advance or or something.
Did I get one of those crystals?
No,
Did
no.
me and
This
Oh,
is
okay.
yeah. Like there was mention of a blue crystal.
These are
to
old
be-
news.
Yeah, these are old news to these guys. This is the first time you're actually seeing it work. But basically, I want you to make a perception check. Gideon.
Me?
Gideon.
Oh,
I know I'm kind of giving the spotlight to these guys because of their crystals, but
Hey,
you get the sense that this crystal will now allow you to make hide armors and hide shields. Like the material that you work with can now be, made into more usable items.
we're gonna need to talk about that off camera, I think.
That's fine. But you get the sense that you can work material into a better shape than what you've been doing. Like for now, you've been making clothes, which is fine. But now it's like, yeah, it's kind of upgraded. So yeah, sense of accomplishment as Gideon's crystal is now officially reached a level.
Should we tell Smitherston?
I believe we should. Oh, definitely. But,
I'm-
Now I would say, let's see, we're probably closing in around 5 or 6 in the evening now. But visitor's wearing a nice black shirt, black pair of leather pants with handprint pockets in the back. Is there anything else you guys want to do as visitor's just admiring the new wardrobe?
I mean, I have just a plain belt you can use for the pants, so you can put, pouches and shit on it.
Cool, we'll take that from you.
I guess we gotta figure out what the next plan of action is. I don't really want to be stuck in the city too much. So, I mean, I kind of want to find some more of that, some of that rock that Smitherson had mentioned. That little crystal thingy that Gideon's working on. Pretty
I can,
awesome.
Go to the adventurers league in town and see if they have any mission or any
Well,
notes that would lead into the caves.
I was thinking we could also. Is there a dwarven settlement somewhere in Finland? They're usually super good with stones and stuff. We could maybe see if they have any.
yeah, I was thinking that was like Moss Manica or the time, like around that area.
yes.
So yeah, Storm has no idea. He only knows the port cities.
Oh. Well, in that case, I really wouldn't know. Ryder wouldn't know.
I might know. Wander around a lot. Just didn't go into town.
Maybe. I might have been there, but I probably didn't ask what the name was. And I can't read, so. All I know is the Hunter Forest and,
Yeah.
well, Pandora now.
Yeah. So.
And Farson.
So what's everybody's ideal of what you want to do to finish up the night?
I'm going to go to the adventurers league and look for new jobs. And,
Well, we were-
We were gonna look for the daughter thieves.
Yeah, we were gonna go to
And-
the Pro Land.
Yeah.
We got waylaid.
She kind of stops you as you're mentioning you're going to check the guild, and she's like, if you need to, I mean, I have it right here, the missive from earlier, if you were going to go to Pearl Lance. Otherwise, there's only a few jobs up on the board until next week.
I mean, I was saying I was going where I was really going to go here because they have free drinks and as far as how the brewery.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a good reason to go. You know what? I'll go with you. She
I could
shuffles
use a
paper.
drink.
She shuffles her papers, put them up. It's like, yes, I can use a drink too. And Fizzer's like, hey, can I come too?
He's got papers now.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably
I hate to
keep
treat
your
him
head
like
down.
an illegal, but he does in fact have papers now.
He does have papers. He is
He
part
does.
of the guild.
Yeah. So I say sure.
He is a ambassador of the guild.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, I'll keep the hood on and over and everything, and if anybody asks, I'll just tell them I'm a really tiny dragonborn.
That might work.
You could be my cousin.
He's like thinking about it as I am too. I'm like, how does that work? I don't know.
He could be part dragonborn, part halfling.
I'd make him my cousin.
That
Fair.
would be an interesting.
You know what? I'm up for a good lie. Let's do it. So
Ryder's head fills with many images.
Dragonborn having sex with a halfling being one of them. Is this your illegitimate child? Is that what you're thinking? Speaking of which, is Ryder's not had any relations, right?
No.
No kids, at least.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, no. Nothing.
just making
No,
sure,
she
because I
doesn't
know halflings live a long life and they have a lot of problems they bring. I don't know. All right. So yeah, you all kind of pack up your stuff. Shishay in tow, along with Fizzer, and he's just kind of like happily walking behind you. He's got this cloak over him, like I think you gave him that cloak earlier, right? And you can just see the protruding angle of the sight sticking off his back as it's kind of poking through the, it's not poking out, but you can definitely see it on his back as he's kind of walking behind you guys. And he's like looking around. Wow, this human settlement's very interesting. I didn't really get a good look at it last time I was here. But for the most part, you guys just waltz into town. You're this big group. Unless anybody's staying behind. Double check.
I do my best to stay away from large crowds, except for the guild, because I feel safe in the guild.
What about Storm? Is he coming with?
Storm's not going to come with. He's probably going to meditate on the roof.
Alright, so you're going to be a lightning rod for the house, while the rest of them go to the bar. Yeah, you guys go in, you see a small crowd of people just kind of gathered off to one side, enjoying drinks and just kind of going over some papers that they have sitting on the table. 3 humans and an elf on one side. You see a couple of dwarves kind of sitting with each other talking about something of the day. Other than that, you see the normal clerk just waiting over there for anybody who has a turn-in to do. And the secretary as well, sitting behind his desk, just kind of watching over everything from where he's sitting, doing like his normal paperwork and just making sure that all the jobs are posted as accordingly. If you recall, there are 2 levels. If you think like fairy tale, the top levels where the more accomplished jobs are, which are more meant for the companies. And the lower levels like for anybody to just reach around, grab it, and you can go on that adventure. But you're free to do whatever you want as you walk in.
Drinking contest.
Order 4.
That is a bad idea.
I don't know. I might be up for that.
Bring it. Bring it, you little red bastard.
I'm not red. Are you being racist right now?
Wait, is he not red?
No, he's not. He's a black-scaled kobold.
Oh. Well, I looked at his
You just triggered me.
his little picture. Sorry.
Maybe you've already had too many.
I haven't
Can't
had
tell colors
any.
apart.
I'm colorblind.
Apparently. So you guys are just what? Going to take a table? Somebody's going to look at the board, or what's the situation?
I mean, I just said that because I was going to get a drink. I didn't know there.
Well, you brought it up, and everybody's like, "That's a great idea." And Shishay sits down at the same table as she's like, and she gets her a mug of
I'll
ale.
go get 5 drinks.
All right.
Line up 20 shots and get ready for a drinking contest.
Like you can handle 3. You're gonna take me up
At
on
least
that?
you're on even ground. they're both small.
Let's put 3 down
I'd
on
be
each other's
surprised
side.
Alright.
He'll do that one. So we'll start with 3. So basically what we're going to do is con check each other.
Sorry, say again?
We're going to do con checks.
Alright.
And I need to get on the right sheet here. I gotta close all these useless sheets.
So, how about we make this into a competition?
Okay, what you play?
Longest one that the longest one, left standing after this gets 50 gold from everyone.
I'll do that. I'll slap down 50 gold.
So everybody who's going to participate puts 50 gold in the pot,
Yes.
and then winner
I don't
takes
know
all.
why I'm doing this, but it's happening.
Oh my god, nobody's going to want to get sheep. Fuck. Alright, so yeah.
I'll temporarily remove 50 gold.
Alright, so the first DC.
Temporarily, you confident there?
Yes.
Wait a minute though. Fisser's like looking around. I got a problem, guys.
What?
I only got 25 gold on me.
We can make it.
Well, if he wins, it's not going to matter if he's so confident. But if he loses, he owes the winner 25 gold later.
If you're okay with that, sure. I would just look at his character sheet and that's all he has on him. Alright, fair enough. Let's try. And then shots are out. And the DC it's going to be a crescendoing DC. So it's going to be like mid-range and then it's just going to keep going up after every shot. So
I'm going to, like, palm my crystal.
okay.
And every time I touch the glass, I'm going to use it to try to, like, dilute the alcohol.
You bastard.
I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, so the first shot it's taken. Let me get a dexterity check from you as you try to tap the crystal without anybody noticing. Not terrible, but it's not going to give you a chance to get out of this. So it's still kind of potent, so you're still going to have to make the constitution check. So everybody takes a swig and knocks it back. Go ahead and make constitution checks. Ooh, nice. You kind
That's
of
not
stagger
good. I
a bit,
wanted.
Ryder, but you're still in this. You're like, I got this. Just so you know,
I can handle this.
Visser rolled a 20, and I'll go ahead and make this public from here on. And yeah, everybody beat the DC this round. So, let me see. Should I give you credit on that though? It didn't really work the way you wanted it to. So, yeah, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and make your second con save, and I'll make mine very shortly.
Oh god.
And if you're doing the crystal thing, go ahead and make that dex check again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you're saved automatically. Bar saves automatically as this crystal dilutes into like a watery substance.
Can I notice this?
Water. Do perception.
Do a perception and do a sleight of
Do
hand.
I need to roll sleight of hand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand as he wants to proceed.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter.
Like, he's like really concealing this. And Vizard, boy, he's like a champ. 2 down. This is great. I'm loving it.
I'm still going strong, even though your constitution is like 7 times better than mine. Why did I do
I'm
this?
hardy. Alright, what's next? And then everybody takes the third. and-
Round 3.
Yeah, DC is now going up 4. So go ahead and roll con check and dex check for Bar to dilute his.
Oof.
What did that roll naturally?
A natural.
Is that-
Somebody could refresh somebody. Wait a second.
It's not a 1, is it?
I might be out.
Alright, the DC
Okay,
was
I brought
4.
this on myself.
Yeah, the DC went up to 14, so Ryder's out. Oh my. So is Fizzer.
Oh, me and Fizzer go out on the same one.
I need a constitution check from Bar, since he failed on this.
I'm refreshing right now.
Alright.
He's delaying the inevitable.
I know.
No,
As I
Gideon,
fall-
Gideon popped his bag and you just taking it
I
like a
thought I
champ.
could cheat my way to victory.
No, you're doing good, dude. Like you, yeah. Well, your DC is a little lower because you didn't drink before it, so your DC only went up to 12. But every time that you succeed with the
I'm
crystal,
going to use a lucky.
I wish I had.
was that a one it rolled or what? I can't read the formula.
No, that was a 2, and then that was a 4.
Okay, so you're gonna re-roll. Are you re-rolling the lucky one?
I'm not getting anything in my window right now.
Yeah, I didn't get anything either.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
So the last thing up is
There we go.
Oh, it just popped up.
yep, there goes.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
with that,
he's lucky
Gideon's
then.
the last one who stands.
Of course.
Even with the
Gideon.
lucky, dude, you just kind of got zapped by the second drink that you actually had to take down. But 3 drinks in, everybody else besides Gideon are already toasting on the ground.
I knew I was just as good as you. I point over at Fizzer on the ground.
I'm still gonna kill
I
you.
do not envy you guys tomorrow.
Not if I kill you first.
You know what'll make you feel better? Another one.
I'm not even.
Okay, so yeah, so Bar is kind of like slurred and already passing out from this as well, but Gideon's top of his game, which is normal for Barbarian.
Gideon just isn't affected.
Like, he didn't even have to use any tricks to beat Bar.
My liver is made of steel.
Don't need the depressing music as we kind of got over our shit, so let's go to this. But yeah, you guys spent like a little time at the guild just kind of chillaxing, enjoying drinks. Sheesh. I should have rolled for her too.
Oh, was Shisha ever in this?
I'm gonna retcon kind of sort of see how far she goes. So like the first one is 10. She passed. The second one is 12. She passed. Third one, 14, right at 14. She kind of stares over at Gideon's like, huh, wanna keep going?
Sure.
So you and
Oh.
Shisha line up another drink, con save of 16, so here she goes.
That's for my luck to run out.
Ooh.
I knew it was time for my luck to run out. I'd rolled good.
Yeah. And then
But
Shisha
that's
just,
also
do
my,
it help.
I think that's also my only failure. So
you're not gonna be able to help, you're passed out. Yeah, so
I
Shisha
flop my
cut it.
arm over and Lester Restoration.
No,
Lester.
no, you're out
okay,
too.
fine.
Back off.
Okay.
Shisha pulls
I
the
will, I
pull
will.
into her, and she collects all your coin. And Fizzer's like, no, not her.
Consider that your bonus.
She gives you the
Be
thumbs
nice
up.
to
And
me, I gave you
for the
this.
first time, you guys notice a slight smile on her face as she seemed to have enjoyed herself while she had this little game with you. So that's 50-50. That's 100, 225 she gained.
it'll be
Oh.
175.
175.
3 drinkers
For now.
at 50, 150, visitor at 25.
Yeah. So she walks away with 175, which puts her at 200. Oh, I gotta delete that from Visor. Visor's broke again, but you know he really didn't have much to come in on. There went my money.
It's also like we're gonna let Visser be hampered by a lack of money.
Yeah, it's not like he really cares. He doesn't understand the full concept of it. But yeah, you guys are just having this chill time, and it seems like Shisha is actually enjoying the company for once. And she just kind of gives everybody a smile. It's like, well, this was fun. But It's getting late, so I guess I'll retire for tonight.
Ryder is still passed out now.
I'm going to help drag Ryder back to the house if I can.
And yeah, Fizzer will just kind of stagger along like, this place is great, guys. I think I like it here.
So do we need athletics to drag someone back home?
I'm lighter than most. I don't think so.
I think it'd be fine.
I
Sure.
don't think the barbarian is going to have too much trouble with another athlete,
Yeah. So
considering the stuff he's done.
yeah. So for the most part, you guys just managed to get everybody back. Everybody's back at the building. But before that, Storm, everybody left to go to the bar earlier, and you're like, I'm going to go up top and meditate a bit, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna meditate to see if the storm has anything to tell me.
I want you to make a perception check. You hear a roaring thunder. Nobody else hears it, but you hear a roaring thunder, and it seems very distant. Like, we're talking maybe 125 to 300 miles away, maybe. And you're hearing it because it's like a sensory thing. It seems to be coming from the far northwest. Possibly, I don't know if Storm would know about the Arcana.
I'm going to
Inland's
port to
probably
port.
not.
I-
I want port to port.
You kind of assume it's near Freedom Port in this case. But
Okay.
you don't feel like it's totally in that direction. But if you were to put it closer to something you're aware of, you would say it's close to Freedom Port. But it's an unnatural booming that signifies the storm that you're looking for, so to speak.
Alright. I'll meditate for another couple hours and then go to bed.
Alright.
Unless my friends don't come home.
Yeah, your friends eventually, after a couple hours out, you're just about ready to get off the roof. You see them starting to waltz in. Riders slumped over, slurring every single word, saying like, "Thank you very much," or something to that effect. And you see a hilariously laughing hyena-like Fizzer just kind of laughing at everything as he's walking around. But Shishay's not with them. She went to her own place. And you guys are free to retire for the evening or continue with whatever night events you want to do.
I mean, half of us are pissed.
Fizzer's not. Shishay walked away with all that money.
No, when I say pissed, I'm like pissed off and drunk.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was about to say, if you're pissed, I could definitely see that. Because Shishay walked away with
No,
all
I'm
the
not
money.
mad.
Yeah,
And she didn't walk away with much of my money at all.
that's true. You're filthy rich, aren't you? But, yeah, you guys are back home, and you're free to talk, do whatever you want. I mean, this is your place. If there's any plans you want to commit before going to bed, let's hear it.
I guess I'll mention to R, ask them if there's anything northwest of here, inland.
Northwest would probably be the Arcana.
Is that by Freedom Port?
That's in the valley.
Alright, I got a feeling there's something over there. I don't know if it's bad, if it's good. The storm is coming.
The river leaks out at the northwest. Yep.
Alright. That's all I need to do tonight. I mean, what's the plan for the future? Are we gonna go check? I don't believe we're gonna go check out these missing girls. I spent lots of time in port cities and on the ocean. I'd like to see inland, see the forest, see the mountains that I've only seen as I was traveling past.
I could show you my forest.
could show you my home, but apparently it fell under.
Fizzer, do you want to see my forest?
I feel like this is a bad joke.
I fall over.
Yeah, he's just laughing hilariously. Very bad joke.
I crawl into whatever room is mine.
Alright.
Maybe it's not actually mine. It might be
Hey!
someone else's.
Get out of my room! There's no bed in here. And then you eventually make it to your room.
I feel like this is the point where I'd wrap one of them in like a burrito using some of the skins around my room and chuck them on their bed.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
Fizzer's fine. He's just delirious.
No, you wouldn't need to. She's just out of it.
So from here, let's see. So anything else you want to do tonight before we kind of wind down? It's basically where I'm at right now.
So
That's it.
just to check on something, the renovations are completely finished now, and there is no hole whatsoever in the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. Like when you guys came back, you had to wait that entire week for them to finish that giant hole that was in the wall. Something you guys left unfinished until you returned.
I figured. I just wanted to make that clear.
Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, the night's coming up to a close. It's getting to be about 10 in the evening. If there's no further business, you can freely go to sleep here now.
So it's not an awful idea.
Alright, so everybody's turning in for the night. That's basically what I'm getting to, so I can kind of go into what happens while you're sleeping.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm not even going to take off anything. Just fall down on the bed.
Yep, it's been a long day for all of you, and you suffered some major losses. Sleep comes over, especially for those who have been hazed by the sudden drinks you had earlier. But for some, maybe not so quick, especially if you've been in a clear meditative state. You get a faint whisper, Storm. And it doesn't seem like it's actually directed towards you. But you're like hearing a distant conversation in your dream. And it's just like a threat. Are you trying to steal my throne? Are you trying to take my domain? You hear this being chanted off and on in your sleep, but it doesn't seem to be directed towards you. It seems like somebody's yelling at another person, but there's no response to it. For Ryder, you're kind of haunted by the nightmare of falling. And every so often you kind of wake up in a cold sweat, and you remember hearing that splat sound of 2 solid splats in your dreams. But you try to go back to sleep, try not to let it bother you, but it's there in the back of your mind. Bar, it's just another day. Shit happens.
I did so much gold fell down that hole.
Yeah, you're like, I had enough time to go down there and take care of that problem. No, them damn eagles. Like, you're more, you know.
One thing you'd be mad at the Eagles, the rock that fell in immediately after we all cleared,
Well, that is.
kind of would have
Yeah,
fucked
that's
over.
what I would be mad at.
That's-
That block.
yeah,
You'd
you-
be mad at the
Chance
rock.
of even getting down.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess the rock would have been like, I could have gone back down there after we got out, but no, a giant rock had a fault. So you know, you're having your little debate in your head. It takes a while for you to get to sleep, but you have a good sleep. Gideon, your poor dog Pats, who is now like in your bed or wherever you're laying, just kind of huddled up.
Yeah, he's in my room.
You know, he's like whimpering next to you and everything, just making sure he's next to his master. I mean, just that fear that he was hit by something while you were away, you know, it just gives you pause. And yeah, those 2 assholes fell down a hole. Maybe it bothers you a little that you got kind of close to him for a second and realize, well, you can just be over in an instant. But maybe it's not that complicated for you, and you pretty much have a decent night's sleep. Alright, did I miss anybody?
Is
No
there?
clue where Virtue went.
No.
Yeah, Fister, yeah, Virtue, nobody knows. Like, he went AWOL. So, as far as, like, your group's consolidation, is that he is no longer, like, a part of the group because he went AWOL. Because this whole exercise was to, like, bond as a group and try to achieve something together, but it turned totally south in an instant, and then, like, the loyalty was actually seen right then and there, and, you know, you saved who you could, but, you know, it still came with its casualties. But, for the most part, you know, everybody has a good night's sleep. Like I said, Ryder's probably the one that's most disturbed, because that splat could have been you. And you all wake up the next morning whenever you feel like it. Like, if you want to be an early riser, you can wake up at 6. But if you feel like you're going to be sleeping in because you're just so sluggish from last night, you know, it wouldn't hurt to wake up around 8 or 9. So if anybody wants to wake up early,
I'd probably be up early and try to cook something.
okay, so you're going to try to cook. Anybody getting up with, like, in the early hours?
Yeah, I'll do it early.
Alright. Anybody else?
Storm would probably be at about 7.
And what about Gideon?
Probably awake at 7. Wouldn't come down till 7:30.
Alright, so with that...
You know, like the people died, but they broke rule number 1, which is don't die. Run away, hide, do something, but don't die. There's no do-overs.
That is true.
And rule number 2 is you can't change rule number 1.
Sounds legit. So, we're gonna make breakfast, huh? Excuse me. Let me get either a survival or survival's wisdom, right? Why didn't I do that? Survival.
Yeah, survival's wisdom. And I'm good at survival, because...
So you roll 1. Let's see what you get. Oh, that's not good. So, what are you making for breakfast?
Something with no meat. I'll throw, like, in...
Gideon won't stand for this when I get down, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah,
I can make a special plate for Gideon.
No. You don't know this. Don't
No.
metagame this.
Okay,
So,
that's a good point.
this is
That's a
important.
good point.
This is important. This is breakfast. What does Ryder make for breakfast for everybody? Like you said there's no meat, so what are we using? Are we making, like, pancakes or something? Waffles? Are we making eggs? Is eggs a meat? I mean, how would you see that? Are you using eggs?
I probably wouldn't notice. I could use eggs. Eggs could be a thing. I probably wouldn't think of that as...
Alright, so what's breakfast? I mean, I know I'm putting you on a spot here, but I kind of like to know what other people have in mind for what they would serve for breakfast.
Probably like bunches of waffles and something I learned from to cook while I was with a certain someone. Let's see. I really like waffles.
Alright, we'll go with waffles. And maybe some fried eggs or scrambled or whatever, or you don't need them. I mean, it's up to you.
Probably scrambled would be the best because I probably wouldn't know how to prepare it any other way.
Alright, and I'll say with that, there's like a stack of waffles for everybody whenever they get down there, and you got some fried eggs off to the side, and some maple syrup on the table, so everybody can have a decent breakfast.
Oh,
Go ahead.
nothing. Never mind.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to cut you off. Alright, so Ryder made a decent breakfast. Barb, what were you doing during the time Ryder was cooking? You be
Making sure that the new person in the house is not burning things down.
Okay, so yeah, you kept good watch, and you thought for sure that something was going to happen, but no. She seemed to know her way around the kitchen.
I'd probably put like cheese or something on the eggs, make it look like nice and cheesy.
Sounds good.
I like
So,
cheese.
alright, breakfast is done. You're done. Your meal's on the table. The judges are coming down now. It's about 7 o'clock. So Storm's coming down at 7, right?
Yep.
Visitor's waking up and he's coming downstairs behind you. Smell that? As he kind of turns towards you as he's walking down next to you.
Yeah, it doesn't smell burnt enough.
What's that weird smell I'm smelling? It smells like somebody's kids.
You smelling something smelly?
It smells like somebody's kids on fire.
I
A
mean,
bonfire in a kobold den probably smells really damn good then, just saying.
I'm just saying, them eggs. Like, I'm debating on how he's
Storm
gonna...
has no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah. So he's just talking gibberish to you, but he's like, this just smells like somebody's baby's on fire. Oh well. And he walks down the stairs.
You're a weird little guy.
I've been called worse.
It wasn't meant as a bad thing or a good thing. It's just a observation. I've never smelt burning babies before.
So he makes it to the bottom of the stairs, and he's kind of looking square at the pan of scrambled eggs with the cheese melted over it, and he kind of points to it. That's that smell, and he kind of nudges you on the side. It's coming from that pile over there. Kind of runs towards the table and looks at it, and he's kind of digging his hands into the eggs like, what is this mess? What is this?
How dare you?
What is this?
It's
That
great.
is food.
That's food.
No, what is it? It smells like burning babies.
Eggs.
Eggs! No! He's like having a... He's
Someone
having...
needs to tell them they're not kobold eggs.
Yeah, he's having
I'm
a...
so
He's having a moment here. He's like, no, this poor Clutch. This poor Clutch had no chance. What did you do?
They were chickens.
What?
I'm like,
Oh. What's a chicken?
Noisy
Just-
ground bird. Like,
Like, he doesn't know. They don't grow chickens in the Underdark. Not where he's
I'm just
from, anyway.
kind of like wide-eyed staring at my plate of scrambled eggs. Like, why would you do this?
Why would you
scrambled
do
baby.
this? You scrambled
Eat it
baby.
before you mess with this food any further, taste it.
Okay.
Wakey, scrambled baby.
And about this time, was there anybody else left in bed? I think everybody's up now, right?
No, I'd be I'd be down, I think, around this point, and there is no meat, which I'm going to rectify.
Yeah. So he's gonna make a Constitution saving throw to this new food substance that he found. He's like, what's this yellow stuff on top of this other yellow stuff? He kind of pulls a string of the cheese that you have melted on there.
Think of that as like the what would that be? The embryo? Or...
No,
I think it's all about the cheese.
He's talking about
No.
the cheese.
I was thinking the yolk.
The yolk
Well,
isn't
he's
an
scrambled.
embryo.
He-
There's
he's
nothing
scrambled.
in.
He
I wasn't
scrambled
good.
it, so there is no yolk.
I heard eggs and yellow.
Yeah. He's like pulling the yellow that's over the other yellow, like so he's like looking at the melted cheese on there. You know, he's tripping out. He's like liking it. He's like, huh, not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, they're made from these, and I hold up a little white
Clears the plate.
egg thing.
Then he points at your plate. Are you gonna finish that?
Mine?
Yoink. Sleight of hand. Make it perception.
Whose plate is he pointing
Yours.
at? Mine? No, it's mine. Perception?
A deck save to slap his hand
lower
away.
than my passive.
Yeah. So yeah, you kind of catch it and you kind of stop him. He's like, ah. And what are
If you
these?
want more, I can make you more.
And he's pointing at the
Later.
stack of waffles.
I want to eat you. Those are something that I was taught to make, like when I was younger. They're very good. You want to put this on it, and I'll push forward the syrup
Alright.
that I
This is
probably
kind of
had to.
sticky. But feel free to interrupt this little intermission anytime you guys want, because yeah, Fizzer's just having a field day with this new food.
Do I need to make a survival to cook the,
Okay, so are you gonna cook your own meat?
there's meat that's not on the table.
Alright, so, yeah, Gideon walks into the kitchen. Yeah, go ahead and roast it, bud. And what are you cooking?
I was gonna make some bacon
Sounds
or
good.
sausage, like breakfast food.
Yeah, so...
You eat animals? No.
Yeah, and Fizzer's like,
Dude,
what, don't you?
And maybe like, where do you think this meat comes from? Pointing at my bicep. Gotta eat meat to make meat.
I don't eat flesh from animals.
You know what's really good?
Why?
Sometimes these birds come down in there and you just rip their wings off and you just take a bite. And they're really good.
My face goes completely pale.
What's wrong with her? As he gobbles down more of these waffles. What were
Must
you
be
saying,
OB
Kinda-
Bob?
constitution.
I just go back to my own food and kind of silently
Alright.
watch.
Storm, what are you up to? Oh, wait. Okay, you're back. Okay.
Yeah, I just got back. I probably would have done a shocking grasp on my food to burn it.
Okay. So
Burn
yours is
it.
extra toasty. Shh.
And then eat it.
I don't know, with that 15, you probably disintegrated half of it.
Just the way I like it.
There you go, halfway disintegrated. Ash, my favorite season.
What do you mean borrow her this next time? Are we gonna throw her in the off-cut pit?
Oh, we could have another.
We are going to go shop.
So, we found the other sending, right? Is that what I'm hearing? Alright, so yeah, you guys enjoy this little breakfast, visit, learning a lot about surface world food. And, you know, without knocking, the door opens and you see Shishay roll in. She kind of stares over at everybody. She kind of gives a soft smirk, like, eh. Like, you know, she's got your money. And then she kind of goes to her desk, you know, putting a straight face on again.
There is a plate of food on her desk. Unless Fizzer took it.
Let's see if he would.
I think it got that far.
He was higher. It's still there when she gets there. Alright, so yeah, she'll just kind of come in and say, morning.
Morning.
I'm about to say, none of you seem social in the morning, do you?
Oh. We're all eating.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good?
She kind of pushes her plate away and then she's like, I'm going to make some coffee. And she kind of goes into the kitchen to brew up a pot of
What's
hot water.
coffee?
You of nature don't know what coffee is. Seriously, it's a bean that's grown out in the agricultural world. How can you be so dense?
I just never tried it.
Then
I
just,
feel like introducing Ryder to caffeine is a fucking awful idea.
I'm starting to enjoy this idea. Just wait. I'll make us all some coffee if you're that interested.
Giving
I-
Gideon caffeine is even worse.
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
feel like
But
Ryder is one to not like coffee. He likes more sweet.
so, as she's making this coffee, does the company have any plans today?
Yeah, we should talk about what we want to do. What was that, Shishay? Did I interrupt you? I'm sorry.
I apologize. I just recalled I got the paperwork for the name change. Did you still want to go through with that, Bar?
Can you delay that for a day?
As you wish. I'll have it on my paperwork whenever you're ready.
Name change.
For the company, it was expressed that you want to get away from... Well, I mean, you're temporarily known as Smash and Grab. If that's what we're going to stay as, then this was not needed, but I thought maybe you guys...
I thought there was a new one that we weren't told
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
He was kind of pulling a quick one on us.
No. Like, The paperwork
I
was
didn't know that.
like
That's
it was
why I said
mentioned that
wait.
you were waiting to like have the other group come in and see if you guys get a feel for your new name. So this is just her kind of reminding you have that option. So if you guys want to discuss new names or anything like that, and whenever you're ready, you just let me know, and I'll have that information ready to be filled out. Just as she continues to brew coffee for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Morning's yours.
So should we actually go do that job that we had at the last time?
I'm up for it.
Or Storm said something about going.
Where is Freeport?
Report.
It's up north, Freedomport. I believe it's still in Tynac, right?
Yes.
It's like off the map though, so
Well,
I'm
it's
guessing.
not actually on the map. Yeah, it's kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah. Like, this isn't to scale of what the actual world is. This was our friend Skeletti's ideal of what this area looked like. But most of the stuff's in the right places, so we use this map.
Oh, it's based up here in Crayons.
But yeah. It's like technically there, and the ocean comes in harder, but whatever. They still had to use teleport to get back to the Vale at that one time. At any rate, so yeah, Shisei's just about done making the coffee, and she's pouring a couple cups out. Brings them over. Now, before you drink this,
I take a sip.
hold it. She puts her hand over the cup before you take a sip. Put it down. It'll be
Okay.
bitter if you don't do something about it first. A lot of people don't like the natural taste of coffee, myself included. You'll want to add sugar
Or just-
cubes and milk. And she kind of shows you, like she puts about 4 sugar cubes in hers and a little bit of milk, and then stirs it with a spoon. Now, if you want though, go ahead and try it black. And then she leaves you to your home devices at this point.
I look at the cup. I look at the sugar, and I'm like, I don't know. I never had extra steps to drink something.
Just put a bunch of sugar cubes in there. And Fizzer comes over there and helps you and throws 3 in. And then he's grabbing 3 more and he's about to throw them in.
Okay, I don't stop him.
He throws 3 more in your cup and then he grabs 3 more. 3 more.
I let him go as long as he.
And then
No,
he-
no.
He grabs the milk, pours it like she did, but pours a little extra into it, and then he takes the spoon and then like has it underhanded to where it looks like he's actually doing like a like he's over a kettle or something, stirring up brew or whatever, and he's like got all these cubes shaking in there before they dissolve. I bet that tastes really good. Look at me, Shisei. I'm serving coffee.
I'll take a large sip.
Make a Constitution check.
Okay. Constitution.
How do you fail on a coffee? Alright. So you take this, it's hot, and you almost spit it out instantly, but the sweet sugar in the milk, no, now I think about it, the milk probably cooled it off enough to where you could just down it. And you start drinking it, and then it's just like really sugary as it gets into your mouth. And you feel the granulars of all the sugar that he put in there kind of building up into the inside of your tongue and falling around your lips, and you're like, oh my god, this is mostly sugar than coffee.
I like sugar.
Then you enjoy this coffee. And with that, anybody else wants to make their coffee however they want, they're free to go ahead and do so. And
I
Fizzer's
mean,
just so proud of himself. for making
I
it for him.
hate like any coffee that I've ever tasted in real life,
Mhm.
but I'm
It's
guessing
tasty.
with how much sugar he put in.
With enough sugar, anything's good. Mostly.
It stops being coffee and starts being, water
Syrup.
candy.
So, we're getting to the 3-hour mark. Is there anything else we want to achieve before we wind the session down?
Are we still looking to Pearlance next time we leave the house to try to save the girls?
Storm doesn't really want to go back to the port city. He's seen all the port cities many times. He wants to go inland more, check out the mountains and maybe the forests and stuff. We could try to find Sprigget's herbs. Now that we have a druid with us, that could probably help us find a bunch. And maybe we check out a dwarven settlement, see if they have any of those blue minerals speckled with white for Smitherson.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to find some of those in that cave that collapsed.
We were kind of pressed for time.
Yeah, it didn't get an option to look around much.
Yeah, I know.
We could go back.
Are you going to help Gideon, dig that out?
That's a long way down,
I mean, the purple worm probably dug a pretty big hole in there.
There's
That
the giant
usually
hole.
refills right behind him, though.
To the
Eats it
contrary, I
and shits
believe.
it out.
I don't know.
So that's Storm's thinking. He doesn't really want to go back to the port city. But
I don't want to go back to the giant hole.
Yeah, they leave a 10-foot diameter tunnel in their wake.
Yeah, but I imagine
So-
as deep as he goes, it's going to collapse on itself further down it goes. Like, you might get so far.
Oh yeah, maybe further down, but
Yeah.
at the surface, we'd have a good hole to start with.
Perhaps.
But that's a bad idea.
Yeah, especially if
I
you
will
wake him up again.
go to the Adventurers Guild see if they have any job postings in the northern area.
I'll tell you what we'll do then is go ahead and wind down. That'll give me till next week to kind of come up with new postings for you as we repopulate the job board. And kind of, I'll take time to try to get us mapped out where we want to go. So we're looking to go north is what I'm hearing.
I guess so.
Going towards
know.
Mathavonica.
I just want to, do another job. Not necessarily go to focus.
Gotcha.
They would
Yeah, I'll definitely have something in mind because there's actually something we can look into going in that direction. Also, that's where the jail is for probation officer for Fargrim if you want to explore down that path as well. So you might be able to take care of that stone as well, or that bird, however you want to look at it. But yeah, we'll go ahead and close the session up there as we're getting ready to figure out which way we want to go next week. I regret that we lost a few players that we were hoping to bring along for a continuous adventure. However, we do have enough people to keep going as normal. We're going to have a little talk after this, so I need you guys to just hang around for maybe 5-10 minutes to kind of go over a couple of my ideals and see if we need to recruit. But we're going to go ahead and pick this up next week, Wednesday at 7 p.m. for the Tynac Kingdom. And then you can join us Sunday afternoon at 12 p.m. for the Timor Kingdom, who will be going to Corinthia for the first time. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So, anybody have any other questions before we go into our meeting?
Nope.
Bye, Twitch.
Say goodnight to Twitch.
I
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week and Sunday. And do you hear the call?